Hello, hello. Hello, hello. All right. I think my sound levels are a little low today. Let's see. Does this work? Wait. All right. I think my sound levels are a little low today. Let's see. Does this work? Wait. All right. I think my sound levels are a little low today. Hello. Audio capture. Let me make this a little higher. Okay. Hello. Hello. Poor chat has to watch me edit. Cool. All right, so the goal of today's stream is to test out ST versus DR, where based off other aggressive factions outside of Cave Goblins against ST, it feels like it's a matchup which should be very non-ST favored because Thrak hates getting hit, um, but potentially this is one of the better. I potentially think it's a 50-50 matchup just because the commons of DR are so squishy. The highest common, they have basically two commons, which are 2 health, which are just basically free kills for ST. Um, they have a dragon, which is 4 health, which is a good target for discharge. And their summoner is also 10 health, and low health summoners is a great thing for ST. Also, as Nestle pointed out yesterday, usually the summoner and the dragon are connected, so it just increases the range of your circuits. So it's a very interesting matchup. I'm curious how it goes. I could also see it being just completely DR favored, and me being a complete liar just because DR have so many tools. But I think it's a cool matchup. All right, let me message Astro. I need to think. I've been pinging, but I don't want to ping people too much because I've been pinging almost every day, and I feel like that's annoying if I just keep pinging videos and live streams. Though I know Nestle likes it. I guess people can leave the, but then they might list other things. Maybe I just have my own stream. I should have my own. Maybe I can ask them to have my a personal because I probably stream the most currently. So maybe it's better to have my own personal tag. That way, people who want to specifically look at my stream can get pinged every time I go live, without disrupting people who are looking more for general, when everyone else streams. Yeah, let me ask Joe. Whatever. I mean, people can always come later. This is more for fun, anyways. Um, I know it's also late for people in Europe. All right, let me message Astro. All right. One second. I'm gonna get some water, and then I can start. All right. Hey, Astro.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm here to crash your stream.
Are you in Asia still, or are you in the U.S. now?
No, I'm back home.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Nice, nice.
I'm bundled up in this frigid weather,
Oh no.
looking at all the frozen rivers.
Yeah, my family's all freezing in New York versus me in Texas. It's like 85 today. It's crazy.
Oh well. Oh. You got over your cold snap, did you?
Yep, yep. We had the weekend of craziness. Couldn't leave the house for a couple of days, but after that, now it's good.
Oh, that must be lovely.
Yeah, you guys are stuck for a little bit, I think, right? It's good, at least for
Yeah,
the next
no,
week,
we
right?
still got our snow and ice. Yeah.
Are you gonna play the new Plat Hat tournament, or you're not sure?
I'm already signed up.
Oh, cool. Do you want to spoil what you're bringing, or do you want to leave it a surprise?
Oh, it's going to be a no. Did I sign up? The only reason I won't spoil it is because I forgot. Well, I've got the filth, which I'm sure will surprise everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who did I
Swampworks.
pick? Because I kept like flip flopping between a bunch of different sets. It's like I could take this, I could take this. There was the filth, the cloaks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting. Cool. I know
Um,
you like the cloaks a lot, right?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the cloaks. I bounced off them after everybody complained that they were overpowered. But now they're nerfed and nobody complains, so back into the vote. Who else did I sign up with? Oh, the dragons.
Makes
How
sense. Yeah.
apropos for your stream. Um, and I think I ended up with the Savannah Elves because I was flip flopping between like 5 different factions. It's like, well, I've been playing Savannah Elves recently, so I'll
Mm.
just go with what I have knowledge of.
That's a great lineup. I was thinking that this is probably the first tournament because of the nerfs and stuff. Like outside of potentially the filth, I'm not sure if you still feel the same. I think like you can bring like so many different combinations of top decks. Like you're not limited to the like beforehand. It was very much like the filth, shadow elves, savannah elves, and cloaks were probably the top. Like if you just bring those four, like those are by far the four best decks in the game. Versus now, you can definitely mix and match between like probably like 6 to 8 different factions, depending what you think, um, and still be like top like competitive. I think.
Yeah, well, we say that Davood wins with Fallen Kingdom and Avian, Skyspear
Avians.
Avians, and yeah, I often would like try to guess the meta when picking my factions, and I think it was around when he started just like taking Wayfarers, which like it doesn't matter because people just pick random things.
True, true.
We might have a general idea of who the strongest decks are, then Jexix shows up with Cave Goblins and Wayfarers. So good luck.
Yeah,
The
beans
last
made.
tournament.
Oh, go on. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say.
I was just going to say the last tournament I was in, I got eliminated because I was in the one pool with every Cave Goblin player, and
You got
all my
bean and
factions were
Jexing.
bad against them.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a few. I remember you had a few swamp orcs versus cave goblins. You're like, I remember you told me you're like, this
Yeah.
is nuts.
And then it was Wayfarers against Cave Goblins, and then it was Grogs against Cave Goblins. Like, when will the pain end? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think so. Following, I mean, to be fair, of course, Davud is one of the best players to play this game. But at the same time, I think Fallen Kingdoms were definitely hidden S tier last time because they had the 14 health Retalis with the old blood summon, plus they had the most busted champion in the game, which was 11 health Gul'das, which is God, I still have nightmares about that. That thing was disgusting.
So we have Davood to blame because basically the errata is what he won with.
Exactly.
Ironically, I think the Fallen Kingdom game was the one he lost in the finals.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's the one you lost versus Skyspear Avian. That was a great series between the two, between Vexer and Davud.
Oh yeah, fantastic play, and I'm always going to pump Davoud up because in the tournament prior to that I did beat him, so it makes me feel better for other people to recognize how good he is.
Yeah, that was great. Uh, cool. So I guess before we start our matchup, what do you think about this matchup? Do you think it's going to be? I think this might either just be a stomp for Pyra. It can also be it's typical. The problem with Storm Goblins is that a lot of their matchups are like 60% one way or the other, right? And so there's not the most 50-50 matchups of Storm Goblins just because of how they're designed. And Pyra is kind of similar, where they're kind of designed in a way outside of Cole Inferno to be like like you said, a very like divey faction. Um, and usually like factions which have like a more singular identity are more polarizing in terms of matchups. So I guess what do you think about this matchup?
Well, when you pitched the idea of doing this, I immediately queued a whole bunch of practice games, so I'd be well versed in. No, I actually got one random queue in it, and I was just like, oh, how apropos. And I was trying it out, and it was interesting. I know one of the things that the Storm Goblins really struggle with is champions, and the Drake Sun Rebellion are very champion focused. So I was kind of thinking about that when it's going in. Now, on the flip side, like the other big roadblock for Storm are gates, and because of the restriction on gate placement, it can get kind of weird and wonky with the Drake Sun. So I won the match, but I didn't really come away with it with any solid
I see, I
conclusions.
see. Yeah, one match is also hard sometimes.
Yeah,
So we'll see. Yeah, yeah.
I do. Yeah, I do. I don't know. I think you're like Storm Goblins like low health champions because they want to zap them down. I think it might be hard to get to Pyra. I'm kind of tentatively leaning towards it being Drake's son, but I'm also a terrible Storm player, so I don't know.
No, you're a great Storm. I like watching your Storm Goblin plays in the or your Storm Goblin games in the Turtle Terror. Those were fun. You did some. You could. I mean, you lost both the games I watched, but you still. I think you did a good job
Yeah.
in both of them in harder matchups. Like those were just two. Yeah. Especially
I
against.
crashed that tournament with Storm, and I'll never forgive them for it.
Yeah, true. If you had one against Exile, I think you would have went through it. Um,
I know. Oh, it was in my favor too. I even knew like I'd set it up for that play and be like, okay, I know he's got a chance to win, but if he whiffs, I'm pretty
whiffs.
certain I've got this. And I log it and no.
Yeah, it was the 3-for-3, right? Arranged to win it all. Yeah,
Yeah.
sad. But I mean that's the way of Summoner Wars, right? You just pray sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to play the odds sometimes, and yeah.
It was my fault. I did get punched into a corner because invariably when I play Mount Vargath, I always forget Fighter or thing, and then he just like knocked me out of position. And I couldn't get back into a spot that I wanted to be. I was like, oh damn it!
Let's see.
But it's a lot easier to blame Exile than it is to blame myself. So it's Exile's fault. You hear this, Exile? This is all your fault.
All right. Should we? I'll send you a link. Do you want to do 3-day or do you want to do 45 minutes? It's up to you. I don't honestly care.
I was joking with the 45 minutes. We could do 3-day.
Okay,
Unless
I'm happy
you
to do.
expect us to be streaming for 3 days.
No.
Because I have an appointment on Wednesday. I do need to make.
Are you For me, I don't care, but if you feel like you want to have more time to think about the turns, I'm happy to do 3-day, and then we just end whenever we end.
We're doing it live. I'll just blast through them. It'll
Okay,
be like a
sounds good.
kitchen table game. Thinking? Not on my watch.
Okay, then we'll just do let's do 3 days then, and then that way we just don't run out of time, or time doesn't become an issue. Oops,
Yeah.
private.
And I don't play in the live league. I don't need to practice a timer.
Timer. Sometimes it's good to not. It's interesting. Also, like the only player, like Live League's been going on for 11 seasons now, and the only person who has won both Live League and SW League has been Ciabatta. Every other player, like Massimo's been there, Aaron's been there, like Davoud. It seems like it's definitely a different skill set in some ways to be good at 14-day games versus 45-minute games.
So what you're saying is Ciabatta can play fast. He
Yep.
just chooses not to.
Yep. That and or Savannah Elves is just that broken. No, I'm kidding. It's definitely Chibata. Chibata's.
I'm hoping. I'm signing up with them. What got me to this event else was I listened to the Discard for Magic podcast. It was just like, oh, he's actually. I didn't care for the deck before, but it's like, oh, Shibata's really selling this. And then I just ended up playing them until the tournament signups.
Yeah, I think you can't go wrong with Savannah Elves. Like you said, they just have no bad matchups, and they have like pretty good. Like they have a winning matchup into Shadow Elves, which is a top tier deck. They do well into Filth. Like it's just a good deck all around.
Oh, I can go wrong with things. Don't worry. You haven't seen my play. I know. Yeah. That was the thing that I was saying was like, he did mention one matchup was rough, and I remember Aaron and Jexer tried to guess it, and I can't remember what it actually was. But other than that, it's just like, yeah, they're all kind of this like even or in your favor. So if you lose, it's your fault.
True, very much true.
Ooh, I won the dice flip.
Yep.
All right, prepare to go down. Well, you know what? Why don't we do the exciting opening I did last time?
Ooh. This is already looking interesting. That is quite exciting.
Isn't it amazing? This is my secret tech.
Yep.
Broken typewriter, if you're watching this, don't copy.
I like it. My opening hand is something. I'll say that. I'm not sure. It is a beautiful hand.
I was recently back home, and so I was able to play my sister with the new decks, and yeah, we had some interesting opening hands because we did not shuffle the decks very well. It's like,
That's funny. Oh yeah, just lots of repeats. You'd always think about calculate the range. 1, 2, 3. Hit.
That's probably the worst thing playing against the Drake. So it's just like, yeah, there's a lot of counting.
True.
Or the birds. Oh, the birds.
Bird.
I enjoy the avians not being in meta or flavor.
Oh, interesting. You don't like the flying in general.
Yeah. So much three counting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Actually, this is probably fine. Okay. I saw you doing this so much, and I enjoyed it because I think this is where witches are the best. This is when you attack me.
Yeah, but my thought is like they got 4 health. They can't die in 1 round, and then I get to hit you with 3. Like, surely this is a good idea. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. God, what do I do with this hand? This is a brutal hand. I think I'm gonna do this. We'll see if that works. Oh! What's Coal Inferno? It's 6? 6, yeah.
Yeah, 6s, they're scary. Unless you're very afraid of Cinderwing for some reason.
Mm-mm.
Which, maybe are. I'm not here to judge.
Cinderwing is a scary guy.
Oh. I don't really want to give you the good circuit.
Move Pyra up 1, please.
Holy moly. Okay.
Give me the good one.
Right. This is a deck you have to think against. Gross. And it's even worse because you're good with this deck. Do I go all in on that? Which I want to kill your bolt swapper though.
How are you doing, Hagrada? Hagrada's the MVP. One day we'll figure out who Hagrada is in Discord. One day. Or on the website.
It's Donkey.
It's Donkey. That'd be an
For the
amazing
wrong
reveal.
Hagrada.
All along. It was Donkey.
Alright, this is just witch hate.
Don't hate the witches.
That bolt swapper's so tempting though.
Yep, it's the free magic.
I just wanna zap it.
Oh, nice. Kite Rider lives. Somehow. It's my discard again. Okay.
Get rid of that. I would interact with chat, but I don't have your stream open, so I can't snipe you.
No worries. There's some spoilers being inside the chat by no, I'm kidding. Semi spoilers.
This is Astro versus the chat.
Exactly.
The world here.
Astro versus the chat.
Actually, I feel pretty confident that the chat cannot help you with this faction, so
True.
I think you're the only one who plays Storm Goblins.
Yeah, Storm Goblins are not that played. I think Prophet gave up on it, which kind of killed the momentum with it, which I understand. It's definitely.
I think Prophet just picks the newest thing.
True.
I think that's their trick. They're just like, whatever should just come out is my faction. Keep people on their toes.
Good point. Interesting. There's a weird. If I had another gate, I could do a really nice play, but because I have no gate, I cannot. Sadly. Just the nature of Storm Goblins. Wait, let me think if I can do this slightly better.
Yeah, my Hurdle Terror run was kind of illuminating because I was like, oh, this faction really wants its gates.
Wait, I can definitely do this better. This is yeah. Storm Goblins need gates, otherwise they are struggling.
Yeah. Not only do they hate gates, but they want their own.
Exactly.
The entire time I was playing, it's like, Shiraz, how do you play this dumb
It is a deck, definitely. This is kind of a weird one. 1, 2, 3, 7. You're at 7 though, which makes this even scarier. Actually, no, this is how to do it. Interesting. Interesting. One, two. Let's think. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, I see. Okay, this is how I do it. It's kind of unconventional though. I actually don't need you. Surprisingly. Okay. It's kind of weird that this is the play, but it is. Oop. Do I want the forward gate spot by the Strider? Kind of, but like I don't want you blocking my forward gate spot. But at the same time, actually no, I do think I need to do it. I'm getting so much magic back. I think it's worth it. Okay, yeah, I think that's the play. Only issue with this play is that the Wormling is kind of chilling.
How cute it is. You don't want to hurt that.
No,
It's a friendly guy.
this wormling has to die.
His name's Clarice. You don't want to kill Clarice.
And then I'm just get Giant Slayer to the face.
I would be opposed to that, no? I don't know what it is with my Lord Slayer, but he always rolls 4 damage. Every time.
Every time
It's remarkable. It's very consistent. It's 4 damage for 6, which is not average. By any means.
That's funny. I think this might be it. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Still have this issue. Unless I just do. God, this faction takes too long to think.
Did you play them in the live league?
Yes. I just
That's
got crushed by
insane.
Tundra Orcs and Wayfarers players. Just me and Shoots both played them, and we were like, this is impossible. We have Jexic and Bean and Nestle all just beating us up.
I can't imagine taking this to the live league.
You know what?
Because what you're doing now is how I do all my turns with them. It's like this, no, this. Exile even messaged me once. He's just like, I see you going. And it was like 30 minutes later
just
before I was like, look, give me a break here.
Alright, it is what it is. I think I just have to eat up the Lord Slayer. Lord Slayer. Or maybe just go for a smaller chain and just not do this. That's another option, and probably the better option, to be honest. Um,
I will say my struggle with Thrak is I'm always so eager to circuit that I would end up in really bad positions. But it's so satisfying to give them the zap.
yeah, Zap is such a nice feeling. Yeah,
It is. It's fun. It's just like it's unfortunately it usually ends in my own death. But for that brief moment, it's like yes, stuffer.
Yeah, it's...
The dream is to play Thrak into Maldaria.
Yep, Thrak into Maldara is the beautiful. Alright, something like this, I think, is fine. Yeah, and then we just... One, two. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Thrak potentially gets hit, but not for whatever that guy does. So interesting one is we can go for this one. This is a fun... Oh, wait. Wait. No.
Got the overcharge?
Debating whether over... I think I do have to overcharge, actually. That's a good point. Overcharge, tempo overcharge. 1, 2... Alright. You here. And then... The problem is carry chains, yeah. And I actually don't need this one. Okay, yeah. We'll just do this then. And then we will overcharge. Sadly, I can't use it on the... This kind of feels bad also, to be honest. Alright, one last rewind. Overcharge should be 3 charge. Should be 3 damage. I agree, Hagrada. Overcharge should be 3 damage.
Okay, that's hateful. No, I would definitely play Storm Goblins if that were the case. Oh, your witches would be insane.
Witches would be nuts, yeah.
What would that be? Five strength witches? Yes. Playtesters, you missed this boat. Come on.
I think I do have to overcharge, don't I? Tragedy. And the problem is that... Okay, yeah, so this is the play. This is the play. And then I have to just... It's crazy I need to do this for the overcharge, to be honest, because the Kite Rider can kill itself, and I can't let that gate spot go, is basically the thing there.
I mean, it's only a 33% odds of them killing themselves.
True. Maybe something even like this. That's how I lost against Aaron during the turtle thing. I was like, oh, only 30. I did the attack order wrong, and then I lost instantly to Aaron's Swamp Orcs. It was a tragedy.
Yeah, the Swamp Orc matchup is interesting. I remember, I think it was Prophet played it. I think. Or was he the Swamp Orc? I remember watching a tournament game, and it was quite interesting seeing how this like back and forth between Thorak and Muglug.
Yeah, I think that was my game versus... Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, Prophet maybe also. Anyways, I'm thinking too long. This seems like a lot of resources. But it is 3 magic, I will say that, so I'll take it. Yeah, that's good. Oop. All right, got it. This is the other thing with Live League, just having to click all these destroys. destroy. Okay.
Well, Well, I sit here and consider. I've got a question for you. How much do you rely on getting overcharge against the enemy summoner?
It matters the matchup. I think in this matchup where Pyra is 10 health, it's not that important. But for example, if I'm against, Muglug, or if I'm, for example, against Grognak, I do want to try to at least, maybe not get the zap, I do want to get like the 4 damage from a witch on the summoner. I mean, look, if you can get it, great, but it should be, there's an opportunity cost.
Yeah, when I was playing against Sundivert, I was just kind of like trying to count down how many zaps I needed in order to assure victory, and I was like, oh well, I probably have to hit him with the overcharge, so I was always trying to only use overcharge if I also got hit in it. I don't know if I held on to it too much, or there's a lot of moving parts with the Storm Goblins. So I was like, oh, I don't know how I should be considering all these elements.
Yeah, I think the way I think about it is like if you can get your opponent's summoner to 7 or below, ideally 6, then they need to worry about you killing them in a turn. So especially if you already haven't played both overcharges. So the idea is if you can get them to 6, then that's when you start making them play differently versus, when they're at high health, when they're above 10, they don't really need to think, like they can just charge in and you can't really kill them, or threaten a 2-turn kill, versus once they get down to 6, then they need to start playing around witches, they need to start playing around, 3 attacks with with Volt Swappers, and then, overcharge, stuff like that.
And I guess my other question is, how much are you reliant on recharge reclaiming units?
It matters the game plan. In this matchup, probably less so, but if you are against Shadow Elves, you kind of need to. Because you're not going to win on... Shadow Elves have too many tools to prevent you from assassinating, so you have to go in this kind of weirdish econ mode. And so in that case, you do want to try to start attacking your own units, like your own witches, which are at 2 health, to get it back with recharge, which is always a good play if you have an extra attack. But Like you can win against Shadow Elves econ if you are able to get like 2 witches back, or you know, 2 kite riders and a witch or something like that. Something like that usually is enough.
Hmm. Okay.
Shadow Elves is still one of the hardest matchups. I don't think it's fun, to be honest. And you kind of one problem with the Storm Goblins is that they are very. Oh, I didn't realize you finished. One problem with the Storm
Oh,
Goblins
I
is
just finished.
they are like super reliant on they are very reliant on gates. This is a weird turn for me. I'll
Yeah,
do
I
a.
could do some nattering if you need to think. Because
No, you're good. You're good.
I mean, I don't know anything about storm goblins, but I was talking to, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time because I don't remember who it was in the Drake Sun. Was it Typewriter Artorias? I was talking to another Drake Sun player, and one of them about gate placements, and one of them was talking about whether I do this paired, like lining them up, and I had actually the thought had never occurred to me until I showed it to I was like, "That's clever because you could just summon beside the two of them." I always just staggered them. So I've been experimenting with a bit. Part of the experimentation I've learned was no, my instinct was correct, and sometimes really bad. I did it against a Tetrarch player who just like wiped out my gates. I'm like, oh. Um,
That's funny.
So I if any Drakeson players are watching, I'm trying this. I'm seeing the results. I think for Storm Bombs in particular to kind of block off chains, it might have some use, but do be careful who you do it against. Don't do it against people who can blow up your gates because they are a faction that are tripled if their gates go down.
True. All right.
And not really relevant for the Storm Goblin matchup, but this 10 health gate being so forward does make them very vulnerable to many other factions blowing it up.
True. Like so, yeah, Swamp Orcs or Tundra Orcs are yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Tundra Orcs particularly because they will come at you. Swamp Orcs like to hang back, like to just sit on the other side and be like, come at me, come at me. I don't know if I faced a Swamp Orc player because nobody plays them in the open queue.
Mm.
I'm wondering how I'd approach that. Probably just do my general style.
All right. Oop, what am I doing? The question is, do I take inactivity damage this turn? And I think the answer is try not to. The question is it worth a card? The problem is, like, where Thrak is my favorite place to have us gate as Storm Goblins. But 1, 2, 3. Not sure. Maybe I try out this gate at some point. This gate's good against birds, so maybe I try it out. And then
This is feeling like a grounded turn.
no, I'm gonna keep Thrak there, and
Yeah, you don't mind, do you? I would be very happy with that choice.
It will stay there. Yeah,
Every now and then when I'm watching the Storm Goblin player, they'll do this move and just like, oh my god, are they just giving me the game? And then boom, ground is like, oh right, that kind of
The question is, I'm not sure if it's. Ooh, I wish I had Ice Axe there. I'm just not sure
off
if.
it goes. All right, what am I going to do?
I feel like the extra health is worth the card in this matchup specifically. Normally, I would just take the damage, but in this case, I think. Who knows? One magic or one health? Who knows? Hagrada says they have to leave, but they're rooting for you, Astro. Betrayed by my
Hey.
viewers.
Thank you, Hograda. I always knew you're my favorite. What to do? What to do?
What do you
I
think
can't even
Nestle?
talk. How much?
Oh, sorry. You can take your time. I mean,
No, I can't talk it out with my turn because I'll give you an advantage.
advantage. What do you think about this matchup, Nestle? Who do you think wins? It's too bad Cole Inferno's ability is not electricity damage, so that Strider doesn't take damage. That'd be.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yep, yep.
I do love that the Strider just ignores Quen, which is such a random like unit to just hate on. I think it even came up in my match against Exile.
Hmm.
No, you know what? I could be dumber about this, and I kind of think I will. Oh, nope, that doesn't work for me. Ah, well.
Interesting.
Hmm.
It's pretty good. Recall makes sense. I was like, oh, I gotta hit the dragon next turn. Sad.
Yeah, I got my own grounded, thank you.
I think something like this, and then this thing is more just to keep my gate slightly healthy. Do I want to move anything? I don't think so. It kind of always feels bad to have a kite rider just get continually pinged, but is the nature.
I feel bad just playing them. I'm like, I want to discard these all for magic.
I guess the attack order is actually surprisingly kind of does matter. Maybe not. Nestle's been making me think a lot because he was training me with Tundra Orcs about attack order. Just like how like there's actually little thing like because I'm always thinking attack order. Which units attack order like I need to attack with this unit to make sure to see if I need to attack with this other unit. But especially for Tundra Orcs, like attack order does matter a lot. Which one are you gonna use your reroll on? Basically, is the thing. Most likely, Nestle. I agree.
Or magic. I don't like that.
Yeah, I think ST gates are always very interesting. Same thing with pirate gates. I mean, pirate kind of makes sense. You want to be able to fly with a unit, um, but ST you're always gonna have strange S because basically the only goal of gates in ST is can I keep Thrax safe and also summon units to make a chain. Oh, nice. Pyra's in! Coming in there.
No, I'm not actually not doing that. I...
No, Pyra's playing very safe. I like the game.
Yeah, I'm not big on the zippy zaps. Question is, do I want to do this formation? I think so.
Usually, TO boil down to attack, which most likely hits the first unit. They can't reroll first. Makes sense. Fighters make it more interesting. Yeah, fighter rerolls are interesting. Because it's a 50. It's slightly above a 50% chance with a reroll to hit a fighter or special, right? I have to look that up. Two specials.
Oh, is it?
Two rolls. Yeah, because I know for sand goblins, when you roll two dice, it's favored to have one dice be let me.
Oh, you're right.
It should anytime you roll with you should get. I mean, it's likely to get one damage. So sorry, two spell. It's it's a 55% chance to get a 1 or 2 with two rolls, two special. Specials are so interesting. Ooh, interesting. Okay. All right, we're in an interesting spot right now, but I think definitely you. Uh, yeah, the interesting thing here is I do want you, but I mostly want you for. This is the problem with recharge is that you basically I don't really want Volt Swappers next turn.
Yeah, right?
I wish I could not have Volt Swappers next turn.
That's another thing I noticed with them is just like, I do want to get cards back because I love having economy, but I don't want these cards
Exactly.
back.
I don't want these cards. Exactly. Uh, hmm. Actually, let me think.
You take your turn. Hey, Nestle, who are you taking for the Plaid Hat tournament? I ask as if I'm going to be able to hear your answer.
I can tell.
If I had to guess, if Nestle's signing up, it'd probably be Tundra Orcs. Isle Vekid. But what do you play after that? Does Nestle play anything other than that?
Nope, only those two factions.
No. Maybe can you sign up with them twice? Just put them in 1-2, 1-2.
Yep. Right, it's time for some weird shenanigans, I think.
Let's get weird. Oh, I just killed a gate.
I got lucky.
Ah.
All right, so attack order is you. Oh, do I want the? I mean, one of these is definitely happening, and then if it hits, I mean, definitely want the Wormling to die. Chain! Oh, God. What do I do in this situation, though? I don't want 3 Vault Swappers. um,
Just swap them out while no one's looking.
exactly. Just take them out of the deck. Yep, yep.
Yeah, shove them aside, pick up a couple witches.
Yeah, that's a good point, Nestle. I should have done that. Yeah, I agree, Nestle. That was me being a little bit of an idiot. There's no reason, as Nestle's saying, that I should have just discarded a Vault Swapper instead of using it, because I only needed 2 anyways for the attack. It was just being greedy for the Rebel Dragoon, but that thing dies next turn anyways, so just me being greedy. Bad play by me.
I mean, I hear what Nestle's saying, but how do you live with yourself throwing away 0-cost unit?
True.
It's free. That's just free cards.
True.
I mean, I guess I could do it this way.
Another Dragonfire. Well, that's sick. Yeah. That's a cool play. Because you can choose the order, right? That's cool.
Yeah. What is my... This feels really unnecessary, but we'll do it anyway.
Astro, sorry, Nestle asked if you ever... Oh, thank God. God bless this Rebel Rider. Doing some nice work for me. Nice. Dice have been kind to me this turn.
Well, that was a round. I don't know what's in my draw pile.
1, 2.
Guess I have no choice.
All right. Let's think. Time to kill a dragon.
Leave my little babies alone. They're just recently hatched. You wouldn't kill a newly hatched turtle, would you?
So I think this is fun. We can just block a spot with the Vault Swapper. Just die the next turn. The Vault Swapper is dead next turn, but it did its duty. 1, 2. I guess this spot, but okay. I guess you could have the other dragon, but yeah, I think this is the play. Especially because Thrak only got hit for 1 last turn. Helps this. Oh, what am I doing?
I know.
Help this play a lot. Nope. Hey allies, how you doing? Nestle's asked if you ever played the Vanguards. They'll teach you how to throw them.
I I did a practice game against El Canela's Vanguards as the Dragons over Christmas, and I was sick at the time. And he did really well. He had this new play, so I was like, oh, they're brand new. It's like a whole totally different deck, and I queued like I don't know 5 or 6 games, and I was like feverish. I have no recollection of what happened other than I just had like 6 losses 4 days later when I was better. It's just like, huh. Well, lesson learned. Don't play Vanguard.
Yep. Do you enjoy the new Jacob?
No, he killed me with it. The hell with that guy. I think he's a lot better. I definitely got. Was it him or somebody else? I was playing somebody's Vanguard, and they literally won because of both Jacob being cheaper and Jacob giving a bonus +1 attack. It's like, well, I guess I have to learn how to play against this deck anew. But for all those people out there who like Vanguard, those sickos that you are, good that they're looking a lot better. I just don't know why you like Vanguard.
Vanguards are the most painful deck to lose against. They just are internal suffering. Just a bunch of knights, infinite recursion.
It's just infinite knights. The worst. You know what? Let's just do this.
No. Don't kill it.
Come in for that Volt Swapper.
No.
You're mine. If I go there, I can do that. If I go there, I can do that. If I go there, 1, 2, 3. Now I have to count. 1, 2. I don't like any of those.
Hey, Bean, how you doing?
You're a good player, so I should do this. This is insanely greedy. Let's be greedy!
Oh. Okay.
My favorite thing about Drakeson is less thinking.
They're fun.
I will say that was a primary motivator for my faction selection for the tournament, because I have to travel shortly after it begins. Who can I take quick turns on?
I know. I completely understand that. It's
yeah. Lava, and then ironically, Lava later asked in the Discord, "What are some good factions to do?" And being the upstanding community member that I am, I gave him the perfect advice.
Yep.
I think everybody should sign up with those 4. They're really great if you have to take quick turns. If you don't want to have to put a lot of brain power in them, you just want to go.
True. And you'll always have fun. Like OD, win or lose, you'll always have fun. Unless you just keep rolling a bunch of specials, in which case you have no fun. But besides that, normally you have fun.
Oh, I didn't recommend OD. Nobody has fun with OD.
Oh, I forgot you're an OD hater.
Yeah. No. The best ones to take are High Elves, Swamp Orcs, Fungal Dwarves, and what was the other one? Who else has a lot of positioning that requires forever to do? Ironic. So I picked the 4 of the slowest decks I could think of, and it was funny. I found it funny because Lava was picked out the Swamp Orcs as the one that stood out as being weird. It's just you're gonna be playing High Elves in a very short, quick game.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think it was Turtle suggested OD. Ugh, OD. The bane of my existence. I played them in a live league once. When I joined the live league, because I think it was just starting and I wanted to support Eden, being once again the upstanding community member that I am. And my faction selection was I just copied whatever Eden did, and he went in with OD.
OD is a fun
All
one.
I did was solidify my hatred for the deck.
OD is a fun one. All right, do I just do... This might be fun. Do I just do the sacrificial Volt Swapper in front of this gate. Please don't kill my gate Volt Swapper. 1, 2. This is my do not kill my gate Volt Swapper. I give you free magic. Or maybe it is my debating. I mean, I guess you could kill it either way. So, gate is dead. Or maybe I... Because I don't like Thrak there, to be honest. You know what it is. I let my poor gate pass away. And I just protect Thrak. I will see you in the next life, gate.
Thank you, allies. This is the one way I could get messages. All right.
Why not? Turtles are annoying, especially Garant turtles.
My favorite GIF for the community is the turtle that just reaches out and slaps the other turtle.
Oh yeah. That's a great one.
Apparently, that's a thing those things do. Who knew? Oh, why do you have to be so much better than the one other person I played against with this faction?
Storm goblins. I gotta zap the dragons. Payback. Gotta be the. Tortugatron's gonna have a fit because these are her two least favorite factions ever since Blood Summon nerf. So Tortugatron is
Wait, Tortugatron's off the Fallen Kingdom hate?
Yep.
Now that they're better?
Exactly, now that they're better. I'm in agreement with you. I think they're much better than they were previously.
Turtle, we're going to have words.
Oh, sad, Bean. Who did you lose to? HGSOFD.
What a pickle. That left.
Let's see. Who would you play? So it's season 12 now? Are you still in Live League, Astro, or are you taking a break from Live League? Because you were for a little bit, right?
I did the Live League up until that Obsidian Dwarves experiment. And the biggest problem is because it goes for so long and I travel so frequently, it gets really hard to schedule. I want to sign up. I was going to sign up for the last one. I just I don't have a good excuse, Eden. If you're in the chat, I just have a good excuse for this season. I should have.
I understand.
I do want to get into it if I can, but yeah, it's just the 45-minute scheduling is really hard for me.
I see. Dead Sons beat you with a Spectral Invasion. Don't feel bad, Bean. You lost to arguably the best Spectral Conclave player. With one of the most. So Nestle says, what do you think about? I mean, you sent me recently. You're updated, so we can talk about that later. But do you think Spectral Conclave are going to be a high win rate faction this Pot tournament?
Yeah.
Short answer, yes.
Is it a contest?
I don't think so.
Are people not thinking they're going to be crazy? I don't play the deck. Is Dead Sans here?
No, he's out. Or maybe. I've never seen him in chat though. But maybe could be today.
Oh. Yeah, no, I think they're really strong. I think they're very good against basically any melee-focused deck. Though, I mean, who does that really punish? It kicks Fungal Dwarfs, but they're already down. I'm trying to think how they go into the Filth matchup. It's hard to say because the only time I played them was against Vexer, and Vexer just makes everything look good. I don't know if I've played the Filth against them outside of that. Dead Sun keeps dodging my Filth. Oh wait, he's not in chat. I can't call him out. I'm curious to know the Spectral Conclave versus Shadow Elf matchup because in my mind, Shadow Elves have a pretty decent range game, but they do rely on True Seekers a lot, and the True Seekers are just going to be dead useless against them. Shadow Knights could Shadow Summon onto them, but then they're probably not going to be in great position. But yeah, I think they do fairly well into a lot of top tier decks. Maybe not against Savannah Elves, so feather in Chiabata's cap. But yeah, I think they're a pretty strong faction. I don't run into them a lot. Usually when I run into Dead Sons, they're playing Cave Goblins for some bizarre reason. Why are you playing Cave Goblins? Who plays Cave Goblins in year 2026? I think I put them as the top of my tier list, though, now that I consider it. I do have my tier list saved. I could just look it up instead of trying to remember. Don't get old. Your memory just gets shot. Is that my tier list? Oh, no, I still had Shadow Elves top. No, this isn't my tier list. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, yeah, that's my fun tier list. Okay, yeah, no, I had Shadow Elves still number one, and then Spectral Conclave. Are you killing my baby again? You did. You're a monster. Oh, did I lose Shiraz?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was muted.
Oh.
I was getting some water and I was talking and I was making fun of you, and then I was like, oh no.
Oh no!
Oh, sorry. No. I just had my mic up because I was getting some water before.
Oh, I just drink it to the microphone. People can hear me gulp.
This is sad.
Allies thinks dragons are a terrible matchup for SC. But here's the question for you, Allies. Do you think everybody's going to take Drake's son?
True.
Because I think when the Filth came out, I mean, that was the last tournament we played, and the Filth... I think they had the new deck release bump, but I don't think they had like outlying amount of picks for them. Now I think Drake's Son is great. One of my favorite decks. Yes, new and very good. Easy play, quick turns. Those are those are the exact reasons. That's why I picked them. Yeah, but I don't know. There's a number of people in the Discord who seem to suggest that Drake's Son are not as strong as people believe them to be. Why do you keep killing my babies?
Babies need to get destroyed. Yeah, Thrax should have been one up, I realized afterwards. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get Lord Slayered.
Here comes the Lord. Don't worry. He only hits for 4.
Yeah, he only hits for 4. Can
Ira, why are you so slow? Like, get up there.
Get in there.
Come on. You're going to sell yourself as this big rebel warrior. You're just plodding along behind everybody. Yeah, we'll move you up anyway. I don't want you just witching me. Your overcharters and your nonsense.
All right.
Oh, he hit for 5. We're through the territory.
Exactly 5.
But Brimstorm's, dropping the ball. Per usual. All right. What is left of this wonderful pile? I don't want to do math. Math is for nerds, and we are
Math
real
is for nerds.
jocks here. We don't do math. We just go off the gut.
True.
I was an athlete in high school. I saw those nerds with their books in the halls, and I pushed them over and was it swirlies in the toilet.
You got the swirlies. Or you did the
You
swirlies,
think
or did they do the swirlies to you?
I mean, the sport I played was curling, so
I see, I see, I see, I see.
nobody was getting swirly.
Don't worry, I got
That's
swirlied also.
Oh, did you actually?
No,
Oh,
I
I'm
never got
sorry.
swirlied. I never got swirlied.
Oh, okay. No, my high school was pretty chill. Our football team was. Yes, I was a curling bully. Oh, us curling kids, you should have watched it. Our football team was literally the worst ranked team,
Oh,
in the
no.
region. They lost to we just call them grade nines. I don't know what they're called in the States. Freshmen. The freshmen's they did a scrim against the new coming in students, and they lost to them. We just constantly made fun of them.
Oh, no.
So in terms of bullying, our school was pretty relaxed.
Hmm. Why does Skiz have to stay here? I don't want to shock my Skiz, but I have to.
You don't have to. You can move it back.
We can back one.
Just shuffle him to the left a little. He could stand in front of Brimstone. He could take a pot shot at Brimstone.
True, true, true. He could.
Oh, it's Brimstorm. I've been saying his name wrong this entire time. Oh. That's awkward. Oh. Is it happening? Are we living the dream? Oh, no, the dream's dead.
Don't make me shock my Skiz. God damn it, Strider. Making me shock the Skiz.
The dream's dead.
Dream is dead.
I just hope he'd survive a little longer.
What do I have left? These ones are actually pretty decent. Kite Riders are actually relatively decent just as blockers in this matchup, but I think I have to get rid of you. You are interesting. Do I get rid of you or not? I think I do. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I thought you were just loving killing these baby dragons. I was. I'm so
Look
locked
how
in. That's
cute
what I
they
was.
are. Come on, people.
The cute baby dragons.
They just emerge from their eggs, they're bright-eyed, bushy-tailed into this world, and then some goblin comes down and zaps them to death. What is left in this pile? Oh, right.
Pyra, don't hit Skiz. What are you doing? Poor Skiz.
All right. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying 1. That's 33% odds. I mean, what are the odds? Maybe I do this. Okay. Could have been better, could have been worse.
Interesting. Do, do, do.
Let me in. We just want to give hugs.
Oh, we want to give the hugs.
We just want to give hugs. Free hugs.
Do I go for it? Maybe. All right, I have a 50% chance here. I got the super combo. It's too bad you can't get. Oh, do I want this Volt Swapper? That's a question. Do, do, do. Um, hmm.
Ooh, man, that's a lot of days.
I think it's a 50. Overcharge. Um, hmm. Where's the Strider go? Wait, can I play this slightly better? Let's see. Uh, keep fact super safe. Not sure if I like this. One, two, three. Hmm. Question is, where do I want Thrak? Guess Thrak is slightly safer up here. Is he? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think it matters too much, to be honest. I guess, actually, no, this does kind of matter. Because the Strider here is just nicer. And then for you. For your next turn. One, two, three. Do those units, do Ember Outriders work on cards or units? Units, so they don't work on gates.
Unit.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Cool. Not sure, actually. Well, I guess afterwards I'll think about this turn in terms of positioning for the Strider. Eh. No, actually, no, Strider should be down 2. Strider should be down 2. Alrighty. Need to do the order correctly. You. And then you. And then you. Right. It comes
Oh
down
no!
to comes down to this. Oh, got it. GG's. Got the coin flip.
GG's.
The coin flip worked. I think afterwards it would have been a little tricky because I think my 5 health gate's probably ganks around in next turn, and then it's very tricky.
Should have gone with Brimstone with the attack instead of Hyra.
On this unit. Nestle. So that was. I'd like to thank you, Astro, for the second game in my career ever where Skiz is actually useful. This hero is his champion is so useless.
He didn't work.
At the end, it didn't work, but usually it doesn't do shit. And like it looks so amazing, and then your opponent never plays into it, or you don't have the units in hand, and you just lose.
Yeah. No, that was the great hand for it.
Yep. Do you want to play another one? Or are you done, or what are you thinking?
No, I can do another one.
Sounds good.
Let's see if my Dragoons can actually hit something this time.
Yep. Yeah, my I should be down to like 3, in which case I would be in the way.
I don't normally swoop in with the opponent having so much magic because I don't want to blow up. But like, I had all my units early, so I kept checking my draw pile because I had mostly events left. I was like, how screwed am I if I don't start getting a pressure applied?
It's funny. Yeah, I think it's like a weird mix because especially against ST, we can clear out your board so easily that it's like a weird. Like I think DR in general have to be careful with when they push in, but especially against ST, like there is a time limit in terms of like unless you want to play like very passive, like your Drake's just hitting like you did earlier, your Drake's just hitting, a gate or one of my units slowly.
Yeah. I didn't calculate or like recognize that the storm has that high of a potential for damage. I thought you could probably get a good chance of like getting her low if I moved her there, but I had a blazing speed to get out.
I see.
But yeah, I just I didn't even think of overcharge with Skiz. Just having 4 damage immediately chopped off.
Yep. The dream.
That was what happened in the first game I played. Was like I just pressured them enough with the rest of the play that they used their overcharges early, and then I was like, oh, okay, I should just go in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Without a problem.
I also got lucky with when I drew gates because if I drew gates any later, especially the last gate,
I know.
I would have been tricky.
Take that one down, came the next one. But,
I
didn't really like my gate placement, but that was just drawn. I had it I was making that place just to clear my head because once again I had these weird hands where it's like, oh, this is just locking me up.
Yeah, it's interesting in terms of discharges. I think I thought would be way more useful when they were just not useful at all. And the good thing is I got because my first hand was 2 discharges, 2 overcharges, and so I got rid of the 2 the discharges. And turns out that was the correct decision because they actually wormlings they're only really useful for wormlings, and even wormlings I think are not
No. Yeah, no. This is a deck with really weak commons that I don't see discharge being particularly useful.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If I had to guess, I mean I'm not a Storm player.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, when I was playing Storm, I was like, ooh, discharge will be great against Savannah Elves, but like looking at this one, probably just discard them.
In general, yeah.
I mean, 2 of the commons are 2 health, so they're going to go down to regular zap charge. And then the other one's Ashen Raider and Wormlings. Like, Wormlings aren't really a combat unit, so.
I like when you go first more in this matchup.
Because there's no good opening for Dragson. My amazing wiggle up and shoot so I don't take an activity damage, because otherwise my opening is terrible.
I think I literally did this opening the last time. Did I just do this last time? I think so.
Yeah, in response to
In
me, yeah.
response to you. I mean, one. There is an argument. This kind of looks freaky, but there is an argument for something like this. Just sacrifice a Vault Swapper to prevent scary stuff happening. Uh, and then Thrak just goes. It's nuts, just the range you guys have. 1, 2, 3.
We're just here to give hugs. The Drakeson are just teenagers. We're rebels without a cause. We're a little confused. Like we're not that spooky.
You guys are very spooky.
We're just in our goth phase.
Actually, if I did this with Thrak, I actually don't need the Vault Swapper there. A little bit of a mistake. BM Chain Lightning. Yep. No, I'm kidding.
I sometimes do. Doesn't do anything. Oh, that's my other question going to be for you. Is like when you chain lightning, are you doing a like calculation to make sure you're doing more damage to their stuff than your stuff, or do you just chain lightning if it's because it's fun? Like, what are your thoughts when you're chain lightning?
That's a great question. I think for chain lightning, the way I look at it is, like you said, it's kind of like an equation of how much damage am I doing to them versus mine, not including, of course, Striders, and then also potentially getting units back with, like, hurting, for example, Kite Riders sometimes is worth it just because your opponent rarely focuses them down unless they're blocking something. Like, usually they'd sort of ignore it. And you can sometimes get it back with a overcharge, or sorry, not recharge. So I think one of the reasons which I've been more successful with Storm Goblins than some other players is just because I don't mind going for tiny circuits. Like, just like it's one free damage, right? So sometimes, especially with Striders, just go for that one free damage, and right. You're chilling. Yeah. But yeah, it definitely is. Like you said, it's definitely like a cost benefit analysis. All right, what am I getting rid of?
So if I were to pick up this deck, I should wait until you're done making decisions. Then.
Oh, you're good.
Who are their worst matchups? Like, who would have the worst games against?
If you definitely Wayfarers and Tundra Orcs are just miserable. Filth is also if they know how to play against it. Filth, if they just summon Abomination, you just lose. If they don't summon Abomination, you have a pretty good game. Like, if for some reason they discard it or it's their last card on their deck, you're going to do well against Filth. But if they, just because discharges have so much value, like you just basically Tentacle Mute, like you basically get 2 cards for, 1 magic. And sometimes you don't even have to attack it. And also, they can kill most of the cultists in a turn, so you can't, even with, you can't use, outside of that 1 cultist with 4 health, like you can't even threaten the 2 health cultists with the Shield of the Hopeful because you can just, kill them all with overcharge. Without having to roll any dice. But yeah, as soon as they summon Abomination, you just lose because like you can't do enough damage to that card, and also it heals every turn, which is even worse. Just it's guaranteed loss. Shadow Elves is pretty tricky, but Shadow Elves kind of have to know, like Shoots, who's a Storm Goblins player, kind of knows how to play. Just very gate heavy, repositioning gates. Just getting a lot of value. If Thrak, like immediately, like any point of damage you can get on Thrak of Shadow Elves is like infinitely worth it. As long as you're not getting a big chain out of it. But yeah, so I'd say worst matchups by far are Wayfarers and Tundra Orcs, followed by Filth and Shadow Elves if they know how to play the matchups.
Okay.
Your
analysis is basically my experience with the Filth. Is like when I ran into it, it was just kind of like, oh, this matchup is miserable. You just get rolled over by them, and then the Abomination hesitate. I was like, oh, I see.
Yep.
So yeah, every time I play, it's just kind of like you're just stalling until you draw Abomination, because otherwise it's like there's nothing you can do in this matchup.
No, 100%.
Yeah, it's why I laugh. I'm amused by Alkanel's campaign to I had a poster just fall. That was not that's in particularly well. Campaign to nerf them because it's just kind of like I do think they're strong. I do agree that a nerf could be warranted. Do we go all the way over? I mean, I'm also playing way too afraid of chain. Maybe I don't need to be quite as scared for it. No, I don't like that. I say that, and then I'm just going to do this anyway. But yeah, like they do have bad matchups, and and other matchups could get really worse if you're not careful on how you nerf them. So
true. Yeah, I think Filth is a definitely an interesting faction. I don't think they're nearly as broken as, for example, the Frogs were, but they are strong, definitely.
I still maintain, out of all the like eras we've gone through with decks being broken, if Filth are like the worst thing we have currently, we are in a really good spot now because in terms of top dogs, they're probably the mildest.
Completely agreed. Yeah.
Well, were you here when the game launched?
No, I was not. I started when Wayfarers and Shadow Elves came in.
Was that? Oh, so you did miss it. Okay, the nightmare meta of Summoner Wars. I don't think I was here for this either. Was pre-nerf Ice Ram Savara. If we want to talk about, miserable games, this was a deck that just like wrecked pretty much everything. Everything except Savannah Elves and I don't know. Is there anybody else that's old in the chat who can help me remember? I think Savannah Elves did well against them. Actually, ironically, Cave Golems did decent against them as well, and not a whole lot else. But it was brutal. Like you could back in the day play active events together, and they would stack up. So you could play both Ice Rams. So then your golems are doing 2 damage apiece. What else? Oh, and then and I think everybody knows at that time they hit against summoners, so you could just like any summoner that had to be midfield or front line just blew up. Because the Polar Dwarf player basically played until they got both Ice Rams, both Glacial Shifts, and enough junk on the board to do 10 damage in a single turn, a single Ice Ram go. So when people are like, "Oh, Filth are so overpowered, there's nothing you could do," it's like you have not faced against decks where there was nothing you could do. Try playing Krusk against original Svara, and then understand why some of us are just kind of like, Filth aren't that bad.
True. Yeah, I'm happy I was not there during those times. Especially because you just had the worst and you literally had Vanguards. Like before buffed Vanguards was probably the worst deck to ever exist, and then the most broken deck to ever exist.
Yeah. We had the 2 polar extremes, like play play Sarah with 2 strength and original chunk against Farah with broken Ice Ram and double active events. Get back to me about how things aren't very balanced right now. So yeah, I think that's partly explains why some people are a little more measured at the response. Like Jack 6 always just kind of like, things just seem kind of fine because he was there in the trenches back in the day. The fun thing with Krusk in that original one was the Ice Ram would allow you to knock around the Rust Riders as well. So there was literally nowhere Krusk could go if Krusk played like half of his deck because his own use would come by. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
So
that's super funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess no one plays Polar Dwarves anymore, so you don't even see the. Yeah, I guess because Ice Ram still works on. It doesn't work on opponent gates, I guess, but it would. Does it do anything interesting here? No, it doesn't, because it doesn't work on structures anymore, right? On opponent structures.
No, it can't affect enemy structures. So, it's much. Oh, that's not. It's not where I want to be. It's a lot more muted. You don't see anybody playing them now. Don't really have to do this. No. Let's think about this. Oh, gross.
You're thinking about the
whatever. Or can I? Wait. How many moves do I have left?
You think TO did okay into them, but I wasn't there either. Yeah,
Oh, who's this? Who's speaking?
Nestle. Nestle. Oh, yeah, Nestle started later. I think TO probably also did better than people thought, just because TO's one of those decks when it first came out. People probably just got shocked that you could get one shot by brute force, like all these different tricks they have. The fighter, the was it the +2 event? Like there's so many different tricks they could do. Which
Tio was considered one of the worst decks for a
oh
while. Well,
interesting.
okay, I shouldn't say that. There was not a consensus, but they were considered lower tier because when I was taking them to the tournaments, it was not what people expected. But on the other hand, like when you're facing unnerved Sfara, like it's really hard. I think Nestle is right that they did. I think they were considered maybe even-ish or close to being able to take on Sfara at her peak because they could blow up the structures much faster
Hmm.
in turn, so they could clear out the junk before she was able to build up that massive turn. But the problem was they just kind of struggled against the other decks that were doing well, like Savannah Elves, I think. Though, actually, Nestle, how is the Savannah Elf matchup?
Nestle's saying Astro talking casually while sending out their raider to shank Thrak. True. Very true.
Yeah, don't mind my little guys. They're just
Just,
pay no
look.
attention to the units on them.
Just,
I didn't get the kill. Tragic. All right.
hmm.
Yes, I'm coming in with a new tactic here, Nestle. The poke strat not successful. Let's just do the beat Thraken.
He drag over the head.
Well, I'm the new star quarterback, and he's the D&D nerd. You're getting thoroughly Thrak.
No.
Apologies to anybody who's actually bullied in high school.
All right. The problem is I'm not even sure if recharge value has any. I'll get two nice ones back, but at the same time, I'm not sure if it. No, not here definitely. Uh, I'm not sure if the game even goes long enough for that to matter. Um, one, two. Hmm.
Well, while you're thinking, I can fill the dead air. I should disclaimer that I do appreciate the people's balance discussions because I mean partly what else are we going to discuss after decks have been out for a while, but yeah, so I might rag on Alcanella or who's the new person who's doing a lot of work in the Fae channel.
Exile.
Oh,
Exile.
Exile's going deep. Yeah, there's somebody even newer than Exile who's really chatty in there, and I enjoy the discussion. I'm not going to get in the way. I will tease for people who haven't been around long enough to realize that I'm more of an Eden Turtle kind of troll than I am somebody who I think Lil Nip's Fatal kind of summed it up accurately. Astro, 70%. Oh, thank you, Alice. Fabo Z is also going on a deep dive with the Fae. 70% of what I say is nonsense, and like 20% of it is in earnestness, just to keep you on your toes. So. I like to keep people guessing. If it's what I'm saying actually worthwhile, or is it just for fun?
No way.
That is a whole lot of units.
There is a lot of
That is a lot of units.
A lot of things. Oh, sadly, I only have one
What are
more
you
move.
scared of? I don't understand.
Am I scared? True. Very
What's the
true.
worst that could happen?
Very true. What is the worst indeed? Oh wait, because it's a move. That's the reason why. Where did my 3 moves go? That's what I always wonder in Summon Wars. Where did my 3 moves go?
It's so much easier in person. We could just start moving everything and make the other person distracted. Just like, no, this works out. Don't worry about it.
Oh, because that counts as a move. I see. That's the reason why. I see. Okay. All right, Kite Rider, you're being sacrificed to the gods.
So much stuff. Oy. Oy.
Uh, hmm.
Chat, I don't understand what's going on.
Me neither. Wait, what's happening here? I still have an extra move.
I'm a little disappointed he drew a gate, though. What are the odds? Again?
Another gate.
Again?
Something like this. Do I need this rider, or is it just useless?
It makes a very lovely quadrant.
I guess it's to block my gate spot.
I mean, if you don't summon the Kite Rider, how are you going to use your 3 movements?
True. I need all 3. That's a good point.
My favorite when watching Ben 10 stream is he sometimes just wiggle the summoner just to use up a move. He's like, yeah, use all 3 movements.
That's amazing. Ben! We miss you.
Come back, Ben.
Come back, Ben. 1, 2.
I do periodically when watching you and getting excited to see another streamer be like, maybe I should stream. And I'm like, I have no idea how to do that.
Oh, it's easy.
And
you should
you say that. Like, I don't know. I'm not the most technically savvy. I did a recording with allies for a video that I want to make, and then afterwards just listening to it, and I've got all these like bizarre breaks in audio. So like I haven't been able to post it because I have to go in and edit out these weird breaks. But then like I'm like, I don't know if the video makes any sense. Yeah, teach us, Sherez. How does this work?
I just download OBS and then Bean knows I'm super lazy with it, to be honest. I just change the title every stream, download OBS, and then just whatever I stream I put on YouTube, like without any editing. So I need to. That's one thing my New Year's resolution was to get better at that, but so far I have not. I did put timestamps.
That sounds perfect. That is what I'm looking for. Super lazy, really easy.
No, it's
Alice and I will have like the best stream known to mankind.
Oh no. The warbling.
We'll sit around and just talk shit about other Summoner Wars players.
That's the best type.
It'll be very educational. I'll just call out Eden the entire time.
Eden.
What a mess.
Well, at least my next zap will hopefully be very nice.
This is awful.
The reason I want to recharge the Kite Rider Bean is that I don't think the game will go long enough for it to matter. And I still have... I guess I already used... Where did all they go? All of them go? Oh, I have 2 on the board. I was wondering where all my Kite Riders went. I was like, oh. I have Two on the board.
No, this guy. If I could ping, I would ping him there. He's so annoying.
So I think it's better to keep it there, just to not have any crazy flight pattern to Thrak.
I don't know what you mean. Can't get in. Let me in. Where's that gif of the guy railing against the fence?
I guess that's another trick with Storm Goblins, is that you get so much value from chains usually that sacrificing like either Vault Swappers or Kite Riders just to clog things is usually worth it. In terms of like make things annoying.
Yeah, I've made things annoying. I really want to do that, but I don't have enough movement. But you recharged. All right, let me look at the log. What did you destroy? What are you getting next turn? I should be smarter about my plays. Volt Swapper,
and
Storm Witch.
Yeah.
Was it just the two?
Yeah, because the Kite Rider blocked it.
You didn't get two Volt Swappers out there?
I only had one Volt Swapper. Dead.
Ah.
Tragedy. Tortugatron, am I correct saying that ST and DR are your least two favorite factions now that Blood Summon has been nerfed? Hello. How are you doing? Hiren.
That's my my trash talk summoned somebody. Where'd my movement go?
Tortugatron says he's fine with DR, just hates Coal Inferno. Don't we all? Don't we all hate Coal Inferno?
Hey. I let the record show I demonstrated mercy and I didn't summon him last game.
True. Coal Inferno would have been
I had the option. It was
Thunder.
in my hand. I thought about it.
Was it between that and Dragon? Lord Slayer?
Yeah, it was between that and Lord Slayer. And you know, I had to demonstrate Lord Slayer only hits for 4. And that I didn't, so it was a failure all around.
BRB gonna put some water on for dinner.
Why is everything just one spot out of range? Truly, this is the worst. Okay, well, fully to you. If I move you, I can move you. I'll just move you, I suppose.
No, my Kite Rider.
Yes.
Now, Cole is such a cool champion. I think because I haven't faced too many strong, outside of Astro, I haven't really faced too many strong DR players. Most of the DR players I played were right as they were released. I have a loving relationship, but I can definitely see why people hate.
He's fine. Don't listen to me there. What do they know?
What do they know, indeed?
What do they know? How many of you do I have left? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you're dead to me.
What? You're gonna kill me? No.
Well, Alex knows my feeling on Cole. I do think he's on the high end of usefulness and strength. If things were up to me, he would not look the way he does. So very little is. But I don't think he's kind of the sort of unit or champion you slap to the board and just auto win. There is a very easy chance of, you putting him down and then he blows up and what have you accomplished. So I probably don't summon him as frequently as other people will make it out to be. Um,
I see.
but I do think that the deck is basically: do you play Cole or do you play Lord Slayer? Who do you think
Mm-mm-mm.
is going to get you greater
Value.
greater value? My initial thought in the first game was like, you're constantly blowing things up, so I'm not going to be building circuits if you're already destroying circuits on your own.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's good at this matchup.
I'm not sure either. It's interesting. I think, I mean, definitely in certain positions. Uh, if I had less gates, also, I think.
Yeah, like definitely by the end game when you had like the Gate Fortress with all the Striders, I was kicking myself for discarding. I was like, oh, Cole
Mm,
would have been better. But on the other hand, there's a decent chance he didn't kill,
yeah, I didn't kill
Rays and then
anything.
it just won the game. So
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. Definitely. I'd have to recheck the game by that time. What was happening? Uh,
I know a lot of people are against the like circuit burning element, which actually I wonder how they feel about Storm. I think they just hate that it hits gates. However, I was kind of reading the complaint, and I am weighing it. I'm not going to dismiss it out of hand, but like they were saying, they find it frustrating because the way that the Drake Sun are designed is that you want to crowd your summoner and just kind of block off all the avenues, and then out waddles Cole, and then he gets so much value by burning everything. But on the other hand, do you really want to be releasing decks where it's just like, okay, we'll just do this one crazy trick that doctors hate in order to win every time? So yeah, I don't know. If it were up to me, I would nerf them, but I'd probably still keep the ability.
hmm, interesting.
However, and I don't think this is particularly I don't think this breaks an NDA or anything. When I was on the playtesting team, I was essentially the no fun police. I was just there to nerf everything. So
uh, not sure what this turn's interesting actually. Uh, this is one of those weird places where I could definitely take inactivity damage. I don't think I can take an inactivity damage versus this faction though. Okay, let's do the fun play, which I was thinking before. Just feed Astro more free magic is basically the plan here.
what can Astro do with magic? I know.
What can you do?
Astro will just a throw. Like, yeah, it's not an issue.
uh, where should I put this Volt Swapper? I'm just blocking this thing again. But then you can just hit it, and then you're chilling. Um, I need to. I'm also not sure if I like Thrack in this position. TBH. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
I don't know. I'll tell you if I like Thrack in that position once you.
Once my turn is. Once my turn is done. Uh, the
I'll fill dead air. If anybody's wondering, when I do Drakeson, I like this gate layout for going aggressive because you can get the two side summons and fly off. Which, I mean, you can accomplish it by just putting them adjacent, but I find edge gates, and I think I talked about this in the brief conversation in the Discord about gates, but I find edge gates generally don't receive responses. You did, but often if you're able to force somebody to summon off to the side, then their gate's kind of useless. So with Wayfarers, I especially like side ones because either they place down a gate that doesn't get used just to block you, or you're able to run through and be able to get your Seeks of the Horizon triggers.
mm.
I'd like to say the same thought is going into this, but I'm just kind of on autopilot when I do my gates at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do something like that. My magic. And then Thrack.
Look at all that magic.
All that magic.
All that magic. What can I do to punish this?
It's debating whether Volk Swapper should go to the side to prevent that double thing. And potentially. But Thrack is. If I stayed in my fortress, I think I would do that. But Thrack is in the open now. He's chilling. This is the anti-Colinferno formation.
It very much is. Um, hmm. One, two, one, two, three, one, two, three. You're 5 magic. Quick chat. What can Storm Golems do on 5 magic? Oh wait, none of you know because nobody plays this deck.
It's the... Who do you think has more players, Fungledorf's players or Storm Goblin's players?
Oh, Fungal Dwarf.
True.
Flat out. Allies is playing Fungal Dwarf. So
Oh,
that's
true. I forgot
Got
Alex
you.
started playing. That's funny.
No, I mean, I did run into a random Storm Goblin player, so I would think Storm Goblin.
Yeah, I think for newer players, more Storm Goblin's players, but maybe for the older generation, the more Fungledors.
Yeah.
I guess we can look at the census.
Is this the worst play in the world? Is that how bad is that positioning? Quick allies. Give me the answer. I feel that's kind of dumb. I think it's kind of dumb. But see, my problem, Alice, is if I'm just going to pretend like Alice is even like responding to me. If I do it over here, Alice is the voice in my head that I talk to. I feel like this, it's safer. But then he's just going to retreat to the other corner.
Run away!
He's just going to run away. What good is that? Conundrums. Alternatively, what if... Oh, but you have 5 magic. I think it's the 5 magic. It's the 5 magic. I'm 2. Well, how did Beast Slumbers describe me? I call it passive or defensive or cowardly, but Beast Slumbers had a much better term for it. Conscious of my positioning, I think was Beast phrasing. Let's do that. Where's that leave us? And how many of you do I have left? Oh, I still got plenty of you. That's fine. That's good.
Interesting. One, two. I have PTSD from one witch hitting gates after facing Nestle's Ivy and just completely losing because of that, and because Ivy just have a much better range game. I was like pinging at their gate, and then my entire like 10 health gate was just dead. I was like, oh god.
I also have PTSD from facing Nestle, so I 100% relate to this story. Nestle, if you could do us all a favor and just stop hitting your dice, we would very much appreciate it.
Yep, always miss.
Just always miss. Played Balzar, rolled nothing but specials. We're not asking for a lot from you.
True.
It's what the people want. They yearn. You can't deny them.
True.
Sorry, did you say Turtle was in the chat? Turtle, who are you taking to the tournament?
Well, that's a good question. I think we had bets yesterday also.
We do?
I kind of like the... No, we don't have bets, but me and Nestle, I think, thought we or maybe I did. I put together who I thought Turtle would bring. I think I said... I think I said Crimson Order. His Avians he always brings. Crimson Order Avians are 100%. And then Hmm. Turtle, turtle, turtle. For some reason, I'm thinking high elves, but I'm not sure if turtle plays a high elves.
I want to see it. I don't think Turtle does, but I want to see it.
Yeah, I don't. BROD, maybe. He should play those, then give us all a chance. Oop,
When
what
I
I do?
think Crimson Order apologists, I do think of Turtle. Uh, you know,
True, true.
the original, they're just fine. What are you talking about? Leave them alone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who else they play. When we were in a team, whose turn was that? Was that Ciabatta's? They played Crimson Order.
Hmm.
But we also did a theme team based on Battle Crest.
Interesting.
So I don't know how much that played into it. Because I was the Lizards, and I'm no Nestle, let me tell you.
I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Alrighty. Maybe something like this. And then this gate worked well. I think the bottom gate was actually better, but this gate seems slightly better here. Maybe I'd still do bottom gate. No, because then Astro's gonna run away from me. He's gonna play hide and seek.
Remember, it's called being very conscious of your position.
Actually, maybe I can even go like a forward gate. No, they could just park there. Okay,
Gates are hard.
Yeah,
Why are gates so hard?
oh, why did I take damage? Huh? Oh, chain lightning. I just chain lightning. I was like, Cole Inferno, where are you?
Here in spirit.
Get rid of you. Good.
Right. How do I punish this? How do I punish this? You've played into my trap. Now, if only I'd set one.
Hmm. Tortugatrons bring SA, CO, MV, and FO. Oh, that's fun. I think FO is like a really fun one to bring.
Oh, he mentioned, the turtle already mentioned who they were bringing.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I
I
was listening.
I remember this conversation. Well then.
Oh, true. Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, PD are kind of bland. I think you have to be in the right mood to play PD. Like you have to be in a PD mood. Oh, I forgot about this stuff. Forgot how this thing worked.
No, I don't like this. This is bad. This is bad. What am I thinking? Let's see. If I do that, and then that, and then that, I mean, that's a very optimistic. Quick, what are the odds of going 3 for 3?
I think it's 20 something. Let's see. I will check. 29%. So a 30% chance.
A 30% chance for 3 for 3 on melee?
No, on the 3 for 3. Sorry, I thought you said bow. For melee, it's 56. I think 58. Yeah, 58%.
Oh, 56. Oh, I my mental heuristic is melee always does 1 less damage than what you roll, but I also know that heuristic isn't accurate. It's just what I read on.
Tortugatron's 100% the turtle guarantee. That is true. I was playing a live game, and I was playing Fungal Dwarves, and Tortugatron, I was like having decision paralysis about the 3 for 3, and he's just like, just go for it, it'll hit. And I'll tell you what, it hit. Tortugatron has always been true.
Well, I believe the turtle would not steer me wrong. Actually, could I do something funnier? Should we do this for the memes team? Chat?
They're
Are we just memeing now?
just memeing. No, the Inferno!
Are we just memeing?
No. Strider need coolant. That's what they need. Striders should not have circuit. They should have coolant. That's my whatever the can't take a.
I mean, I feel we just meme, right?
No. No.
That seems right.
So much value.
Let's do the melee first. I always like doing melee first.
Oh. Got it. Oh! Cole Inferno doing work.
Is it? Are we getting the 2 for 2? Maybe Turtle's right.
The turtle guarantee!
Turtle, I'm consulting you every turn now.
The turtle guarantee.
I mean, let's be greedy and let's just keep this hand.
No.
Bam.
I have to choose the order of getting them being destroyed. That's the worst part about Cole Inferno. It's the start of the turn, right? Yeah. Okay. How do I deal with this giant ember? Destroying everything.
This is how I like to play Cole, where it's really hard to blow him up at one turn. They'll watch, you'll have skiz and you'll have overcharge, and you'll just like doo-dee-doo-dee-doo.
No, sadly. Sadly, no skiz overcharge. Need to think about. So the thing is, I want to make sure that my Kite Rider doesn't give you a free magic next turn. That's the main thing with overcharge. I don't want you to have also 3 magic instead of 2.
I mean, the dragon's like scary point is basically 6 magic. So
True.
Anything below that is just like, what are they really going to do? Well, they're going to throw 3 melee in your face. But outside of that, what are they going to do?
So Cole, no matter what, goes down to 6 by the time I see it again.
Yeah. So you technically only need to do 6, but you won't get the magic if you do 6 to him.
True. Interesting.
Still, chat, when you think about it, he's just a 3/6 for 7. That's really expensive. Ignore the fact he has any ability whatsoever.
What do I do with you, Mr. Ryder? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Am I just safe over there or not? I need to think. 1, 2.
Gross, it sounds like he's got it grounded.
1, 2, 3. No, I need to have something here. That's tragic.
Who's responsible for designing grounded?
Right?
I want names. I want names. I want heads and I want names. I'll make them roll.
I think you have to be there. Yeah. 1, 2. I don't know. Cole's so scary. Can I block any point with this? No. 1, 2, 3. I can't attack the Wormling just in case I roll a special.
Only 33% odds. My very limited experience with kite riders is the one time when you're like, I really don't need you to roll this, is the one time they
No,
do.
they will.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! They got it. Nice.
Well, yeah.
At least he got a damage. At least he got a damage.
Ah,
Run away.
a collective groan resounds across the room. The worst. Who designed that card?
Run away.
There's literally no way for me to get you.
You sound like such a salesman there. The 100% turtle guarantee, true.
Yeah.
Poor Tortugatron is still rooting against me after seeing the coal? My god.
What's the man of the people?
Yep.
Have you seen this guy? Look at that. He dresses to impress. I don't know what he's dressed in, but, for somebody who's on fire, he looks remarkably collected.
True. Wait, why did I put this kite rider here? I could just put the 1 health kite rider there. I'm stupid. It's just a waste of a kite rider.
All right, I think I do. One. Oh, excuse me. Hopefully you don't. You don't hear that.
No, don't try to kill my gate.
I do not like these gates.
I only have 1 of them. Or no, I have 3 of them.
Yeah, way more than 1. These gates have been the bane of my existence. So, is there something better I can do? All right. My apologies, everybody. Let's think. Let's use that old noggin. What if we do this instead?
I forgot that does damage to gates. It's pretty nuts.
It's insane.
Yep.
It's insane. I want you all. I kind of want to hit the kite rider. But I do want these gates dead more. So let's kill gates. Let's bust some gates.
No, my 10 health is now a 3 health gate. The Brimstorm.
Later.
Later.
Oh. I don't know if I can play that greedy. 2, 4, 6, 8. 6, 8. Oh, kills me, but yeah, let's do that. Let's be a responsible little dragon parent.
Alrighty. Alright. Do I say, Coal Infernal, you're dying to Thrack, and not waste any more resources on? That is the question.
He's just a friendly guy. Remember, we're just here to give hugs.
True. Uh,
You can definitely tell Cole Inferno was a Colby named card, though. We've got a fire faction, and we need a name for a champion who burns. What about Cole? Inferno.
Eh,
You know what? Instead of ragging on fire, maybe Circuit should also just damage gates. Maybe
true.
that's the that's what's missing in this conversation.
Very true.
How much better would Storm Goblin be if they were just also zapping their own gates for little damage constantly?
Eh, true, true, true. Storm Goblins should be able to zap their, or should be zapping their gates. That's what agreed.
Yeah, that's the Astro balance guarantee.
That's right. True. One, two. Oh, that's nuts that you can actually reach there. Damn. Uh, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you'd be able to reach there. But you'd be attacking me with a. Hmm. Alright, what's the difference between you here?
I like how somehow I managed to chatter through my whole turn and now you're going up this red silent. I don't
Party
know
games.
how that worked out.
This Cole.
So my fun thing I like to remind myself with three range is that it's what, 21% odds of going 1 for 3 with three range. It's the lowest odd of the doing damage with them. You've better odds of going 3 for 3 with range than you do of going 1 for 3. Now, granted, that odd is
Interesting.
like 3%. It doesn't seem to hold up to reality, but it is how I
Interesting.
try to look at it now. Also, I am the one controlling Cole Inferno, so I do have a vested interest in you missing.
I'm not actually sure. Actually, what am I doing? Maybe just something like. Witchy.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Chad. He's found a way to hit both.
At the same
No.
time. Uh,
Once again, these are newborns. You wouldn't punch a baby, would you? But you're happy to zap a wormling.
yep, yep. Wormling needs to be zapped. The wormling needs to be zapped. Okay, let's see.
Oh, excuse me.
We're good. 1, 2, 3. Too many threats I need to think about against this deck. My God, so many. God. Or is this actually a? There is an argument for that card. Yeah, I think it is actually. Yeah, I
I've been
think it is.
thinking about it in terms of balance because,
Hmm.
abomination is the big hot topic. I think part of the thing that I underappreciate is just the threat of having a large magic pile. So with filth, you don't have to summon abomination for abominations to still be impacting the game, and
Mm.
like having the ability to just build up a large stockpile and then threaten a whole bunch of stuff is something to also keep in mind. Which who said it? There was one player. I'm going to credit Orange Lazarus, not based on anything, just because his first name comes to mind. But Orange Lazarus was basically saying like their trick to defeating Donkey was that Donkey was very good about sitting down, looking at a board, and going, "Okay, these are all the possible permutations that can be done." And this will be the best response to as many permutations as possible. So
Mm.
Orange Lazarus was just like, well, if I just build up a large amount of magic, at some point you aren't able
Too
to
much.
calculate everything. Yeah, it's too much for you.
That's hilarious.
Rats chat. This is a good play.
I need to think here. I'm definitely, this isn't the wrong one, but there is there is a play here somewhere. I just need to take another 10 turns to figure it out. There is a play here.
Good news is we have 2 days and 23 hours.
Exactly.
You've got plenty of time.
uh,
These are damn good chains.
yes.
I keep trying to like set up a where be like, there's no way you're going to be able to like clear this, and then you're just like, dude.
Oh, mhm. I mean, it's probably something like this. That way Thrax stays safe. Coal Inferno, unless a complete disaster happens, lives. I'd have to go 0. Is this worth Is there a better chain here? No, so actually if I do, I can guarantee it, right? Because I can do God, my head hurts from thinking about chains too much. Too many chains. Because if you
And
have
this
big...
is why what was Savannah elves.
Exactly. No, I think just have to go for the risk. Sometimes you just gotta risk it for the biscuit.
You gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Risk it.
You just have to do 1 damage.
True. Just
I
one
mean, it'd be
damage.
good if you did 2, so you didn't take the extra burn, but
Very true. Alright, give me the 2. Nope, got the 3. Nice.
nope.
And then this one's actually kind of important also. Okay, good. Otherwise, I would get the hit in the face next turn. Okay. Oh.
Well, that was just flat rude. Alrighty. Well,
Nestle says you can't complain about grounded and then play Recall Brimstone like that, Astro. True.
I do not know what you mean. See, Recall Brimstone is an earned play, whereas Grounded is just like free. There's no risk. I have to leave Pyro behind to do mine. Oh, you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
I guess I'll ask you after when you're. But which deck do you think will be the most played at the tournament? No, not the tournament, at the Plat Hat tournament, Astro.
Great question. Allies was making a convincing argument to me about Drake's son. However, the last tournament had.
Last tournament was Wayfarers, I
It
think,
was
right?
Shadow Elves. Was well,
Let me check.
There was no, maybe it was a lot of Shadow Elves in the finals. Yeah, there's a lot of Shadows in the finals. I think, yeah, you were right that it was. Am I doing this dumb? No, this works.
No. Why are you trying to hit poor Thrak?
I do not care for this Thrak. Oh, nope. Mealy first. Oh, do I go for the gate? No, what am I talking about? Go for the Thrak.
No. Oh, you would have killed the gate also. Nice. Thank God Brimstone was not one space further.
I know.
But you're still going to kill the gate.
But, I can damage the other one, hopefully.
Yes, one.
Well bully to that. I think this card is dead useless in this matchup. Holy moly.
Yeah, there are some cards, Char.
Dumb card.
Alright, let's think. I have a bunch of Vault Swappers. I think I'm playing my entire hand this, because it's just all Vault Swappers. Is there any way of killing Cinderwing? I don't think so. Wait, let's think. No, it would require perfect dice, which I just can't.
Oh, somebody has overcharge. Damn it!
Yeah.
Oh, actually, let me check the log. Have you even played one? I thought you played one.
I haven't played any this turn.
No?
No. Not yet.
Oh, you haven't. Oh, no. Oh, no. Have I played my overcharge?
You played one,
oh, I did.
Flying.
Yeah. One Rainfire.
Yep.
The card that I don't like playing unless I can do like 4 damage minimum.
I'm just not trying to keep my gates safe is the main thing. Well, at least I'm gonna get rid of I'll get rid of all my hand this time.
I do want to kill these gates.
Strider. This is probably slightly better. Yeah. Lightning step. Oop. It doesn't matter actually. This one can't. I have to move this one regardless. With this. Oh, it's non-circuit. Oop. Ah!
See? Circuit should affect gate.
Circuit should affect gates. Opponents' gates also. That's how I'll take with it. All gates.
Yeah, I'll live with it.
True, it probably would. No, it'd be terrible for Stormcloud.
I'm fairly certain gates would go down faster.
Yep. Wait.
You know what I'd like to see from Storm Goblins? When they just kind of rush at you, and they don't have grounded, they're just kind of midfield, you can surround them and kill them. I'm noticing a distinct lack of this strategy, and my expert advice would be to give it a shot.
True.
You might be surprised.
What am I doing?
I'll be surprised. Chat will be surprised.
Just rushing.
Turtle less so.
Yep.
Oh, Turtle should be taking Spectral Conclave because they've got bunnies.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Got to get the bunny representation in. Oh, but you did ask a question. Who do I think will be most popular? Actually, yeah, Wayfarer have kind of had a renaissance. I would like to take the credit, so I will take the credit. But I remember, I think when I went to the finals against Vexer, I had the Wayfarers, and I was kicking myself for not being more strategic in my choices because I just do them alphabetically. But they would have been really good against Vexer's entire lineup. And
True.
then after that, I took a break, and when I came back, I was like, you know what? I haven't really ranked with the Wayfarers, so I'm going to try to get, first place or gold or what not with them. And then I look at the Wayfarer rank, it's like Jexix going for first against like five other people, and it's like 1,500 through the lot of them. It's like, oh, who knew this deck was so popular?
Nope.
You'll have people come into the Discord and they'll be like, "Oh, I got this game and I got my girlfriend to try it out. And I gave her Wayfarers and she really enjoyed it. So they're really good with the partner." But apparently, everybody just loves them.
Yep. Wayfair is the best.
They are, but they're also really good against the factions I like to play. So I'd like them to be less
To stay the same.
If who's really bad against most of the things I play? Fungal Dwarves. Fungal Dwarves should be the best.
Agreed. Fungal doors are a fun one.
I was going to learn them, and then they got nerfed. I was like, oh well, no point now. I still can't get in. Just let me in.
Oh, interesting.
Well, you there.
Ashen Raiders. Fun card. Fun. Thank God Pyra cannot hit my gate.
I know, eh? What am I doing? One, two, three. All right, big money team, big money. I need the turtle guarantee here.
All right, 0 for 2. I've seen this before. Yep. I've seen this before. Nah, sad. Right, what am I summoning?
Two magic, you can summon one thing. I'm at 2 magic. What's left in my pile? Oh, why is this my pile? No. Well, yes, no. Oh, I'm out of them. Or health. What's in here? Those are low odds for that draw. Maybe I just discard it then. All right. Don't make me regret this. Oh, I regret it. Ah. How have you done all that movement? You still have 2 left.
Striders are just fun. Striders are a fun. Wait. This is not the way. This is the way. Wait. No, because I still have 2 moves. Okay, that's fine. I always forget. 1, 2, 3. I guess you can go that way. That's actually annoying. I forgot how this thing works. forgot how flying works. 1, 2, 3. I can do something like this though. Hmm. Wait. Where did this thing go? Okay. So hmm. 1, 2, 3. This does not work either. D. The good thing is I can move all units. All movements can be
Right?
moved. Yep,
You
yep.
have 5 things on the board, and all of them can just shuffle around. I guess one of the things that I'm kind of struggling with is because I play so much Drake Sun, I don't know how much is in the queue, so it's hard to gauge how many other people are
I'm
playing
gonna
this
play
deck.
it. Yeah,
Because
I think
I've
with
been
allies it's
playing it.
gonna be the most played. I think.
You think so?
I think it's gonna either be that because I think Wayfarers
It's
have gone
either that
down
or
probably.
Wayfarers.
That or
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are gonna
Or
pick
Filth?
Filth, but I don't think it's gonna be the highest one, just because I think a lot of new players don't play Filth. But I think Filth will be high also.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be. I think the one thing which will go down considerably is probably Tundra Orcs. But Tundra Orcs was never picked that much, right? Um,
No. I don't see a lot of Filth in the queue. And yeah, I do play a lot of Filth as well. But when I'm not playing the Filth, because I'm always just like, oh, I'll get some practice against the Filth. I don't run into any. And I know there's some people playing them because there's 4 people ahead of me on the
leaderboard.
ladder. I'm on the being exile. Damn you, exile. Damn you and your copious amount of time to like pump out wins. Which I did a rail against the ladder because I once complained before, like, it's just people who play a lot. And somebody's like, no, you don't have to play that much. You just have to win. Well, somebody who has been winning pretty well now, I'm still being outpaced by these people. So you do just have to win, but you still have to put in a lot of games.
True.
There's who was the new player recently who's in chat, and he's just kind of like, oh, I want to learn the game and learn this faction, so I've been queuing 12 games at a time. I'm just like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how. I want to hit my 1,000 games played because it's been years, and I've been. It was when B Slumbers, like, he's like, hi, I'm new. I've only been playing for 3 months. I have 500 games done. I'm like, oh my goodness. I need to start just doing this. I wanted to get games in, and I wanted to get to that 1,000, and I was playing 6 at a time, and I found that incredibly overwhelming and taxing. Just like, and people do double on this. I have
True.
no idea. And I can't even like make the claim like, oh, I'm really paying attention and focused and thinking hard about my game. You see me play. I'm just like, yeah, let's do this.
Very true. Oh, maybe it's.
What's the worst Storm Goblins can do to me here? 15 damage.
15 damage. Hey. This is what happens when I play Store of Goblins too late in the night. Just infinite repeats.
No. Oh man, when I played Polar Dwarfs, I had an ice red turn. It's just like whoever I'm playing against, you might as well go to bed. I won't be done this until like the morning. But if I shuffle it here, then I bounce this, and then I can bounce it. It's because they bounce off each other.
Mm.
You know? When I was learning to play the game, I joined early, and so the Eternal Council was kind of the new deck that came out. It's just like, ooh, I love the idea of just having battle grannies. I'm going to main them. So, they're the ones that I just like played a bunch and threw into queue and everything. However, instead of like doing a lot of rewinding and everything, it really like trained in me that you have to sit down, just like stare at the board and mentally plot out anything. Because the moment you take a single action, you're locked into with them.
Yep.
So if I ever do streaming, it's always just going to be like, it's like anybody going to be able to watch me just sit and stare at a screen for 20 minutes before I take my turn.
Yep. Sounds like. Yeah, some decks take forever. And I think also the good thing is that the more you practice with a deck, the better, the easier it gets, but still, it's not easy.
How's my board wiped again?
I found it took me 10 minutes, but I found the one play which worked. Hey Splish, how you doing?
What happened, team? I had a board.
Splish, are you gonna play the tournament? The Plaid Hat tournament?
Oh, I've got a movement. Haha.
No.
I will continue my witch hate.
No. Don't hate the witch. Don't hate it.
Okay. I love you, Dragoon. Thank you for doing it for the cause.
No. I want to zap it.
Your noble sacrifice will always be remembered.
All right. Let us think.
We had a wild Splish enter the chat. Did they say if they're who they're taking to the tournament?
Probably not. Big work project start. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't recommend doing Plaid Hat when you're super busy.
I super recommend it if you're in my pool. I am willing to take timeouts. I'm willing to take early forfeits. Do not feel like you have to, struggle against me. If you just want to like load in, go, oh, it's Astro's and forfeit tournament. I'm happy for it.
Yep.
I have no problems whatsoever. I know there was a big discussion around the, I guess, sportsmanship of forfeiture in the Discord. I don't remember what it was. And it was interesting seeing people's different perspectives. I'm kind of the mindset that like this is a dice game. There's a lot of random elements. Like you never know. You might just hit all your dice, and the opponent might just whiff for 3 turns in a row. So I generally play them out unless I'm really super tilted. But some people are just kind of like they're probably people queuing 12 games. So like, if it looks over, I'm just bouncing.
Just stopping. Yeah.
I just got. So yeah, in the queue, I find it interesting because there will be games where I'll be playing somebody and they, from my perspective, it looks like they forfeit early, and before you're able to actually see what they had and everything, I kind of chalked it up to being like, well, maybe they have a really bad hand or something left behind.
Mm.
I think for me, one of the reasons I don't forfeit is I feel when you're in the game, it's really hard to get an objective sense of where things are. Um, so I'm more of the idea of just play it out. At the very least, you can still be learning how, end game tactics work, how to position, how to like work with either behind or what to do with this faction's really far ahead or something like that. So I'm always kind of like of that mind. But
I think that's fair.
I'm also I'm also insanely competitive, so
I mean, that's a good thing to know. God, the range on these guys is nuts. Why do I need to think about all this? It is what. One. Hmm.
That's it. I will take everybody's forfeits in tournaments. Happy for you to do it. No judgment there. I my final game against Vexer, I got timed out. I mean, I probably would have lost because I had a big whiff to stop him from getting monstrosity out. But
Hmm.
like, I was kind of annoyed because I was on vacation and like it felt like I would take a turn and then go off and do things with my partner and things like that, and I'd
Hmm.
come back and like I lost all the time. It's just like his Vector just sitting on his phone waiting for me to do my move, immediately take his.
Take it. Yep. Yep.
It's just like, I mean, I can't fault him. It is a tournament. It's high stakes. Whatever. Like, if you could work the clock, work the clock. But it's just like, come on, just like, go to sleep or something.
Yeah,
So
I wish they would. I think for tournaments they should definitely ask the two finalists like when's best for them because it lasts so long that
yeah,
it becomes very. It's because like basically when you make it to the finals, it's what 8 weeks at that time. You're going like
yeah,
ninth at that point. Like
yeah.
it definitely should be that you're able to schedule because like it's hard to and even in a work setting to schedule 9 weeks ahead. It's just like it's too much.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I always joke that Plaid holds their tournaments when I'm traveling, but I mean, I'm just always traveling, so it's more my fault than theirs. But yeah, these long tournaments is like, it is such a huge commitment. I definitely do feel like a bit of fatigue by the end. So on the one hand, annoyed that I lost a crash at the tournament. On the other hand, once it was just like, oh, suddenly I feel free.
Freedom.
Freedom. I could, go back to queuing some games. I can focus on other things now that I'm not preoccupied trying to think about moves.
Yep. 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 No, there is a nice feeling to being done with the turtle games, definitely.
Yeah, and especially those long term ones where it's just kind of like, on the one hand, I'm so invested, I spent so much time, but on the other hand, now I don't have to worry. I can go watch Therese, stream the other people's games and,
True.
make fun of them in chat. It's great.
Very true.
That said, Exile, I will never forgive you. You're my vendetta now. I will hunt you down until the end of days. Damn it, you got your other gate.
Yep. Yep. Not sure if this is the right place, but somewhere there. And then we are grounding
Ah.
here.
Message going to tell me that this was 100% earned.
I'm not sure if this is the right place for the gate though, but I'll take it. Because if Thrak was higher, I would definitely have the Kate in the right left corner. Or for me, right left, just hiding there. Too much time. Need to save my brain cells for the plat hat.
That's so mean. That's just mean. How can I be mean back?
Yeah, I agree with Splish. They should not start the games on Mondays. It should start on the Saturday. It makes no sense. I'll tell
Hey, some
Colby
of us
to
can finish on weekends. I'll have you know.
Oh, true. True.
But yeah, no, it probably should start on the weekend. What always gets me is there's like 2 or 3 players who will invariably be done in like one day. They'll get their 4 games or however 6 or what nonsense it is, and then like you load up the standings and it's always Jexing. Jexing somehow
Jackson's just
has
the
everything
main winner.
clear. Like how? What is your secret? I'm pretty sure you have children. How do you do this?
No more. No, I need to kill all your children. These children are doing too much.
Oh, I don't have enough movement for it.
You thought you had striders?
I
Striders.
don't really want to be flicking one individual out. That's just not effective. Okay. Let's rethink this. You can do this and this.
Splish says he did defeat SF in the double high tide game.
Oh, that was against Splish?
Apparently.
Nice. I mean, I I was just yanking their chain about my comment on that. That said, what was his name again, allies? Fazo B. I still don't see how you get the kill as Phil. I'm not seeing him. I don't know how you pulled that off.
No, don't kill my strider.
Come on.
No.
Yes!
No.
My dice roll slower.
No. Alrighty. Hmm.
And yeah, fish suck. Fair, terrible.
Interesting.
I will say, one of the things I can do to fill dead air really easily is talk about balance. The game's balance is very minute. I do think a lot of people still really underestimate how big of an impact very small changes can have. So while I do think Faye needs something, when people are just like, what if we just buffed half of their comments? It's like, you probably don't need to. I don't think they need that. I think the changeling swarm's interesting. I don't play the deck enough to really say if 4 health would have just been the one thing. I don't have a problem with them being, what are they, 2 health 3 attack? No, 3 health 2 attack.
Mm.
Must be 2 health 3 health 2 attack. Because I mean, on the turn they summoned, they're 4/3, 4 strength 3 health, which is, you know, that's on par for 2 magic, and you are getting card back for it. I guess unless you hard summon them. But has anybody ever in the history of... Oh, no, I think I've played against one who they had a swarm come down off freshly made gate.
Hmm.
So it can happen. I won't completely dismiss it. Oh! That sucks. That's tragic. I wish I had a better draw. All right, thinking time.
What is the chance of a 1? Oh, it's easy. That's a 4 for 6. Why are range dice? It's so funny. Yeah, 66.
Rage dice? Rage dice are the worst. I never trust rage dice.
After you're done, of course, think about your turn. What is your dark horse for the Plat Hat tournament, Astro?
Like, as for player or faction?
Both.
Fallen Kingdom. I don't know if that's... We've been talking about how they're completely busted. I don't know if that'd be good. I don't think they're dark horse, but I do think they're going to be the like big winners. In terms of players, It's hard to say because, like, I don't know. Maybe I'll get flack for this, or maybe I'll just sound embittered. I think once you get to a very high level of play, a shampoo was right. Like, there is so much that comes down to luck. It
Mm.
kind of. I don't think it's just this game. To be clear, like I think even at like professional level, I how about I give a curling analogy? I won't. I won't be that ridiculous. But like, there are a lot of factors outside of your control, and when you get that really tight level of competitive um, point, it does come down to random nonsense. Like it, well, let's use a curling
100%.
analogy. There might just be some dust on the ice where you make a big throw and then your stone picks, and like that's wholly outside of your control. I mean, you could sweep it, but like there are things that can really change it. So I think that any of the big names could take the tournament. I will say for my dark horse, I'm going to go with Tasty Teddy Bear, and not
Mm.
just because he's my mentor, but because he kicked me out of the winners circle or the winners bracket from
Yeah, he's
the
definitely a very
tournament.
promising player. I think him and Exile are the
I
two.
don't assign as a mentor to him. I was just like he beat me. I should be asking him for advice.
He's also the. I mean, both of them are just the nicest people. Both Exile and Tasty Teddy Bear. It's very. We're
I
very
know, isn't it
fortunate to have such a.
terrible?
Yeah.
It's like, can't you guys have something negative to you? Like, could you, I don't know, kick puppies or something so we could hate you for it? No, you have to be good players and nice people. Ugh.
There
Yeah,
was.
no, they seem really great.
Mm,
But yeah, I'm going to go with Taste Timber. I would say Exile, but I feel like Exile might have a little more cachet to him. I don't know if that's true. Could just be
mm,
making it up.
yep.
And I
Yep.
am going to take a turn, but I'm doing the eternal cancel thing. I'm
No.
trying
No.
not
No.
to
No
push it
worries.
to
No worries.
my
I do the same.
Sorry, people who are watching. I will try to do it live so it looks a little more interesting. My thought process has to do with the fact I do have my rainfire. So if I do this
No 2 for 2, please.
and this, but here's my question:
Strider.
do I want to summon allies, who's probably not even watching anymore? But once again, voice in my head. Do I want to do this?
That's pretty cool.
Because that does get me up to my 4 damage.
Mm. Yeah.
And I want to point out, because we are discussing this matchup, it is interesting because I would do this in a heartbeat against probably 90% of the decks, but because it's Thrak, and this is such money for Thrak, it's so frustrating.
Yep. Yep.
I don't think I do that, though.
So how does it work?
Okay.
So give me a quick statistics. I mean, I should know this because, but so because Dark and Thrami had a game versus me where he needed to hit 2 3 out of 5s to win the game. But that's not
Yeah.
equivalent to a 6 out of 10. That's because order matters. It's actually
Yeah.
yeah. So it would be basically multiplicative, right? So it'd be it's multiplicative. I think so, right? The chance.
Uh, uh, oh, I should know this.
I'm trying to remember statistics from my statistics course back in the day, but
Well, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just like, wait, this did come up in my statistics course. Lava, where are you? Lava would know. That is an excellent question. I don't like this either. I cheated. I just say yeah. I added it up, but yeah, you are right because like yeah, the odds do kind of go down more. Technically, I think it might be multiplicative, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'll have to
I
ask.
could be
Who does?
embarrassing myself.
Yeah, it's
All
been a
right.
while.
What if I do this instead?
Splish. I think Fallen Kingdoms are definitely very strong. I'd say like definitely A tier. I'm not sure if they're S tier, but the way to deal with Fallen Kingdoms is to think like you need to abuse their movement. Like carriers can only move 2. Really take into like remember how many carriers they summon from gates. Once they've summoned all 4 of their carriers, or they don't seem like they're summoning anymore, then you realize they can only summon them from Retalis. that's the way to sort of abuse them. But always like, and also keep your summoner safe because they can kill almost every summoner in a turn with the right hand.
After all that faffing about, decided to do something different.
I like it. Ooh, Firestorm's that cool. Ah, that's a sick play.
I was just trying to think if there's a way I could protect Pyra more, because the 3 for 4 is not how I would normally go. But then I realized I don't really want to think about that much.
Nice, GG's. GG's,
There we
Astro.
go. That was the turtle guarantee, right?
Was the turtle guarantee at the end? GG's.
GG's. All right, I want to get you on record. What do you think about Drake's Son?
I think my opinion of them keeps increasing. That said, I do think they are not the same tier as Savannah Elves or Shadow Elves. Like, I don't think they're S tier. I think they're maybe top of A tier. I think that they're definitely, I think, the best tempo deck in the game. Maybe you could argue Wayfarers is better just because they can go two styles, but in terms of like playing tempo itself, I think they're the best. Like they, especially against like top tier play, they just have so many tools. I would currently put them like near the top of A, like probably tied with. What's a good faction to tie them with? I see them to be maybe nerfed cloaks. I'd say is similar. Like, but I guess a lot of people would cloaks S tier, so maybe like bottom of S tier. I put them wherever cloaks are. Yeah.
Okay.
You put them. I forgot. I didn't see. I don't want to spoil your tier list before you say it. Their new tier list.
Oh, I put them in S tier.
S tier. S tier.
But I have cloaks at S tier.
Okay.
So, I don't think that. Here's a hot take. Get your chili peppers ready. I don't think the nerf really nerfs cloaks. I think mecha. Well, any nerf is going to be a nerf, but I feel like what do they call final form blocks? Mecha blocks.
Yep.
I think the Mechanist in a corner with a bunch of upgrades wasn't the optimal way to play cloaks in every matchup. And I'm not convinced in the matchups where it was really strong if taking it away really impacts them as much as people probably think it does. But we'll see. We have a third week coming up. I remember doing a big analysis of the cloaks before when people really wanted the errata, and the people who were doing really well with it only used like that style 20% of the time.
Interesting.
And one of the reasons I looked into it was because people are complaining about it in the Discord, and it's just kind of like, well, I feel personally attacked. I'm playing cloaks in this tournament, and I don't know if somebody's complaining because they were just playing me or what. So I went back and I looked at my games and like, I may be using it 50% of the time, and a lot of the time, was it really that impactful, or was it just kind of like applying passive pressure, making people think, oh, I have to do something about this, or I just lose? And that's harder to judge, but it's just like, I would not have said that, like, oh, I did this and it just won me the game. 50% of the time, I just did it because, you could, kind of thing. And then I looked at other people, and they were using it a lot less. So I was just like, oh, maybe this is a problem with me. But I don't remember the player. One of the ones who went all the way to the semis, I think, they just played cloaks aggressive. Like, they moved up and they dropped gates. They just played up in your face cloaks. My preference is, my biggest issue with hand cannon on Mechanist before was it was a waste of basically the card on somewhere else. Like, Flock's whole strength is that you're doubling up the advantage of your card play. Oh, excuse me. So with motor boots, you'd get double the force. But if you have the hand cannon on Mechanist, then it's basically the equivalent of putting it on blocks. So you're only getting like one benefit of it. Or if you put it on, a sniper and you just attack with the sniper instead of blocks, like it didn't seem like it was fully maximizing the value you could get from it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Do you?
Honestly, I think snipers are best with hand cannons.
True. I guess your point is it very much encourages like a more passive come to me block style, which is not necessarily the way which cloaks can be played or should be played in some matchups. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a good summary. I think it was really strong because the early days of Summoner Wars was very passive and it was very defensive, and so it did give them a strong defensive advantage because you set up this thing that people felt they had to fight into, and I don't know, maybe with those factions they did. And fighting into things wasn't particularly strong unless your deck was geared for it, but so few were. Like cloaks. Historically, one of the worst matchups is cave goblins, and it's because cave goblins just like run into their face, and
yeah.
setting up a mechanism to corner that's not doing anything isn't going to help you from goblins overrunning all your gates and punching you in the face.
True.
Now that we have more decks that do it, would corner mechanists still be oppressive? I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of my feeling. So I kind of feel like Cloak's win rate. So I do my tier list based on what I think win rates will be. I think their win rate's going to go up because the people who just picked them and did Mechanism Corner aren't going to, because they're like, well, that's how you win. And people who've always played Cloaks will just be like, well, I lost one tool, but I've got 9 others that I can.
True. Do you think Shadow Elves is still S tier now that Vexor doesn't play anymore?
Now that Vexor's out, no. I don't. Great question. Excellent question. Let me compose my thought. I do think Vexor did a phenomenal job with them, and he did do a job with them that I haven't seen anybody replicate. Shout out to Magnifico, who's also devoting his time to doing it. But I've watched a couple of Magnifico's replays, and this isn't a strike against him, but it's more just an observation I find interesting. He does have a different, like, noticeably style. That's if you put replays side by side, I'd probably be able to go, that's Vexor's, that's Magnifico's. Not saying his is wrong or bad or anything, but I do find it interesting. I can watch a replay, not know who the players are, and still be able to be like, oh, okay, well, these are obviously 2 different people, and that's Vexor, and that's somebody else. The Shadow Elves were very prominent in the semifinals of the last tournament a year ago. I don't know. I don't know if they're still going to be. I think if Wayfarers are as prolific as we project them to be, maybe they won't. I honestly don't think anybody's taking meta into consideration when they pick their deck. So it's always a bit of like, what were people feeling when they signed up, kind of deal.
100%.
So yeah, if there are a lot more Wayfarers, then their win rate can probably go down, which will probably drag them down. I think they were buoyed by the fact Vexor was insanely good with the Shadow Elves. I don't even know if he ever lost with them.
He did to the Filth once, I saw, and besides that, I've never seen him lose.
yeah, it was like nuts, which is kind of interesting because I'm not certain if that's a good matchup for the Filth.
Yeah,
I haven't really played it, but
it was also early on, so I'm not sure if people knew how to play against the Filth. But yeah, no, I completely agree. I think, look, if Vexor still played, I think he would also make, like, Guild Dwarves is definitely a Vexor faction, and I think that's why he told me that it's like he thinks it's the most busted thing ever, because it is like a very, like, Vexor plays a certain way, like you said, and you can definitely tell when someone's playing Shadow Elves or even Cloaks, like the way Vexor played Cloaks last Plat Hat tournament was very Vexor style.
Yeah.
And I think Vexor even said himself, like, he's not the type of person to come up with some crazy out of shadows play, but he's the type of person to, more economically think, how do I win this situation with like a assassination faction like Cloaks. Not that, and so I think that's why Shadow Elves in a certain way was perfect for Vexor, because it was like a nice combination of, if you know how to play it, very econ, versus Magnifico is definitely, because he's played, Tundra Orcs and ODs, a lot more aggressive player than Vexor was. So even though he plays Shadow Elves very well, it definitely is a very different style, which definitely does affect, some matchups. But it's definitely an interesting conversation to be had. Like faction, I mean, in any game, right? People who just specialize in one thing specifically are always so fascinating to watch, like Dark Throm is another example for like Fallen Kingdoms, all of a sudden he's like, before the buffs.
His Fallen Kingdom, holy Jesus.
It's so good. Yeah, it's just like, but it's very unique, right? Like even before the buffs, just like discarding heavily just to summon a bunch of champions, like before, like
who did that?
exactly. No one did that, it's it is interesting.
Yeah, and I feel when people talk about tier lists, it's a lot of like theoretical, oh, people playing at their best and everything is how we're going to rank them. And I I would be willing to drop Shadow Elves if I didn't see somebody like performing like Vexer was, because it. It is, yeah, it's interesting.
Yep, yep.
He did have a very specific way of playing. He was very successful for it. Did he like like math like just devote himself to Shadow Elves, or
I
was he
think
kind of more
so.
a broad player?
So like, apparently he was a professional Magic the Gathering player, and so he was very much into like the you know
Mm.
the statistics and the like the math behind like he's one of the people like I never like he's the only person who I would know to this date who would like when endgame started, when every person had 5 cards in their hand, he would start just attacking his own gates so that you like if you had a spare attack, just so that you had nothing to hit. Um, just like very just like
Yeah.
long term thinking, very um, just a different style. Um,
Hmm.
like I think yeah, it's just different. And for example, I think a great example for you, Astro, is that I think you're the first person who really, for Swamp Orcs, this very defensive gate, really getting value trading with Vine Mancers, just making a gate fortress and just getting really high value trades by making it so they can only attack your gates and then you just get all their units through, Vine Mancer plays. Um, or, more defensive Wayfarers, I guess, is another thing you sort of pioneered. Um, so it's just like yeah, it's cool to see, especially as we get more and more and more and more decks. I'm sure uh, different things like that will happen. Or another example, who was in this chat earlier, is the Nestle Tundra Orcs is like, or like Nestle
Oh
Tundra
yeah,
Orcs, even like Orange Lazarus Tundra Orcs. It's just very different than facing other Tundra Orcs players.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you can see I even play like Drake's son more defensive than other
Other
people.
players, yeah, no, definitely.
Because the few times I see other Drake's son, they like the dive. And I've been on the receiving end of the dive. My God, is it scary? For me, I just don't. I'm not a professional Magic player. I was never into that. The only thing I did like competitively, briefly, was in school when I did Smash Brothers. So wholly unrelated to Summoner Wars in any shape or form. I just have very pessimistic view of my own dice. So
Mm,
I play incredibly defensive because I just assume I'm going to miss. And my reasoning is like if I'm always playing for the worst case scenario, like it should work out in like 80% of the time in my favor. Like if I'm not making like, oh, I need to do these moon shots in order to win, I'm going, okay, well, if I do miss, do I have these backup shots? What am I going
mm.
to do if this completely whiffs? So then when it does happen, I'm not completely screwed. Um, now, on the flip side, you could argue that that's just like playing not to lose,
I do.
which
I mean, you made
I
it to
think
the.
a
Go on.
couple. Hmm?
Sorry. Finish your. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think, for example, that is important. I know what you're saying, but at the same time, like, there's a reason why you made the outside of being, of course, one of the best players in the game. One of the reasons why you made the Turtle Finals is because of a mindset like that. Like, I don't think you can make it without like high amounts of luck into Turtle Finals without trying to go for high percentage plays, just because of the nature of only one person leaving a 9-person group at the end. Just like variance becomes like giant in that case, right? Like if you're only going for 70-80% wins, you will not make it out of the final group normally, unless you get like very lucky. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I do need to play the odds a bit more. It's certainly a weakness. I don't know how anybody would exploit that, so I don't mind sharing before tournament. Good luck. If you figure it out, let me know. Um, but I do know, like, because I did watch, Orange Lazarus or some of the other people who make the finals. I'm watching some of their games, going, I would never make this move, but because I do not plan for my 3-for-3s ever to hit,
mm,
even like melee 3-for-3s. I'm just kind of like, nope. Whereas I would watch Orange Lazarus and they'll set up their turn and be like, oh yeah, I'll just go 3-for-3 on rate. Well, I don't know their thought process, but by looking at the board, it kind of goes like, oh yeah, I'll just hit this range shot, and they do like, oh yeah. So I definitely know like one of the things I need to recognize is being able to read the board and know like when you do have to just start leaning into dice more.
mm.
And I'm terrible at that. I still need to work on it. But yeah, I think that's why Beast Slumbers like saying it's more of a defensive, like thoughtful approach. It's probably more accurate than my like it's cowardly. It is trying to calculate the odds and figure out what is going to give me the best percentage odds for victory and being more able to shift that. So even when we're playing today, like I'm looking at my or my draw pile because I'm thinking like, okay, you're probably going to clear the board. What am I likely to draw into? How am I going to win with what's left to me? And how do I adjust where I'm positioning and moving on the board for that?
Mm.
Um, I don't always make the best choices, but that yeah, it is. I guess a more methodical approach. But it's also ironically the reason why I can't play Swamp Orcs anymore because my God, it requires so much brain power to like sit out and build those fortresses and have these gates and like literally give people nothing.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember who I played. Was it Beans? I was playing against a Breakers, and I think it was that tournament where I did go to the finals, and I legitimately was counting out all the spaces my control could do. I was building up these gates because I knew Breakers had a hard time tearing them down. I summoned Glurp. I'm one of the few like Glurp truthers out there. And constantly just pulling things over so Glurp would drop down the gate. I'm just like, yeah, you can keep summoning things and making magic off my gate, but if I'm just recycling gates and that's all you're building magic off, I'm just going to win eventually. And sure enough, Takula had to eventually come forward, and then we just combo into her. But like it does require so much thinking. It has more factions release. Like unless I get that experience where it's just like, oh, okay, Skiz with overcharge can actually do a shit ton of damage to you.
Yep.
I was just going to like have way too much cognitive overload for it.
Um, yeah, no, I think look, I really enjoy the way you play. I can understand that probably look overthinking something can sometimes also as long as you have fun playing the game master, I guess that's the important thing. And it's always fun watching your replays because I know a lot of times like when I overthink sometimes I think overthinking is important. I mean not overthinking, but thinking a lot is important as long as you have fun. But like you said, thinking too much, the problem in Summoner Wars is sometimes it's a dice game, so you just whiff it and you're like, God damn it. I spent, an hour thinking about this and then the dice,
Well, so I would whiff it and then I'd be like, okay, what did I do wrong? How did I not account for going for 0 for 4 on my daily dice? What foolish line did I not consider?
Yeah. Beast is in the chat. Splish says Shadow Elves would be S tier if Solendar would stop hitting 2-4-5s for me. True. That is the thing.
Right, Splish, yes. I'm absolutely. Okay, I watch Dexter. He plays Shadow Elves, and he's just like casually out glinting speed and 5 for 5.
5 exactly. 4 minimum 4 for 5. Yep, I agree.
Minimum 4 for 5. Was it you? They're watching a tournament. They're just like, does Vexer's like Cylinder just never miss? And I watched the entire game. He never did. I do it. 2 for 5, 1 for 5. I got a rare of 0 for 5. It's just like, what is going on?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, there is some. I mean, probably just because we forget the other ones, but there are some players where it just seems like. Also, like anytime someone's playing Shadow Elves against me, they're always hitting the 4+. It's painful.
Just don't run Shadow Elves.
Takulu.
Just don't play them.
Oh, true. Yeah, just don't play. True. Yeah, Shadow Elves is also one of those factions which hurts your brain to think. I think Nestle's the one who said that he thinks that Spectral Conclave versus Al Vicked is the worst matchup possible just in terms of like the amount of possibilities someone can do on their turn, but Shadow Elves is definitely up there. Just like thinking about the permutations of your opponent's hand and what that means.
From like the Isle of Vecid perspective.
Yeah, from the Isle Vecid perspective.
Yep. Yeah, no, Conclave, nightmare.
Yeah, this faction's nuts.
You say that like a lot of people are going to pick the Filth. I fully expected like Spectral Conclave to be the big like fan favorite. I don't know how they are with the community, but I thought the next tournament was going to be the Spectral Conclave game show, Gong Show. Now, granted, we did just kind of skip their release, so they never got to tournament. So now I'm just kind of like, well, are they old news? Has everyone moved on? But yeah, no, I thought they were going to be the du jour, the faction du jour.
Yeah, no, I think Spectral Conclave will have a pretty high win rate. Unless
I'm wondering if they'll have.
Go on. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, I'm wondering if it's going to be a case of like few people take them, but the people who do are dead stones. So they're just going to win
They're gonna win
90% of the
everything.
time.
Yep. I think Spectral Conclave though does have some god awful matchups, which is basically Sky Spear Avians and Wayfarers, which is just basically they just run at your face. I wonder if Drakestone's good against them, but basically the actually Drakestone's probably not as good. The key against them, just because Drakestone can't have gates in your opponent's back row, but Nestle showed me a few replays where all he does is basically just run at the opponent and just get infinite amount of parts, but just like crowd them with Sky Spear Avians and just build a bunch of gates, and it seems like impossible. Especially with Sky
All
Assault, it
right.
seems like Spectral Conclave is just miserable.
You want my secret sauce?
Mm,
That tactic is 100% effective against Drakeson
Drakestone
as
also
well.
just Rambo.
Like just do that against the dragons. Who was I playing? There was the fourth, fifth, sixth ranked top ranked player, and I queued into it because like as Drake said, I hate running into the birds, and they had it, and they were high ranked players. Like, oh god, I'm trying to be typewriter to the top here.
Mm.
Stupid broken machine. But anyway, they played so passive. I was just like, oh, this is a give me. This is give me. I did end up winning it, but it's just like, yeah, with birds, I try to play Drake's Son like how I envision birds are supposed to be played, which is hang back a little, wait for the right opportunity, dive in. But like other people play birds like as you described with Nestle, which is just charge the opponent. And
Just
I
running.
think this is one of the decks where it's effective to it. Now, anybody listening who's just kind of like, oh, I'm going to try this and lose and blame Astro, please do it, but only if it's against me. If you lose against anybody else, don't do that. But lose against me doing it.
I have a little bit of PTS. I mean, I think to be fair, I think Orange Lazarus would have beat Tasty Teddy Bear if he had a unit behind Wayfarers, but he did do the rush at him, and he ended up losing just because Teddy Bear ended up doing a great job of leveraging his gates and Pyra's health to just
Hmm.
sort of hide in a corner and just use like the closeness of what's the Wayfarer Celeste's I think's her name. The or is that a what's the Wayfarer's champion's name? Or sorry, summoner's name.
Yeah, Celeste is Wayfarers.
Celeste. Yeah.
I don't think I can't really comment on that because I haven't run into a lot of Wayfarers. I don't think the Wayfarers are as it's specifically the birds that is good, and it's because they have Sky Assault, whereas Celeste doesn't.
Mm,
Is the issue.
good point. That's a great point.
So yeah, against Wayfarers, like I'm not advocate for this as Wayfarers against Drake, so I don't know what you're going to do. Hopefully, just lose to me. But like it's because Sky Assault can just dump like it's 7 to 9 damage
Yep.
through blockers. Like you could just hit Pyra while she's trying to fly away, and you can keep up with Pyra. Whereas with Wayfarers, like yeah, as you mentioned, I haven't seen the game yet, but
Mhm.
like I would predict that Pyra's just going to fly around from one side of the board to the other and hide behind her Gazel Celeste trying to play catch up, and she'll probably just get you down.
Mm-hmm.
But the birds, oh the birds. Channel your inner Hitchcock and just like swarm them.
Mm.
I haven't run into a lot. I'll break a little NDA. When I was testing the dragons are kind of like the last deck I really tested. One of the few weak matchups was the birds, and it was when allies was just flocking me, just
Just running
flew
him.
at my face. I'm like, make it stop.
Yeah, SC. Oh, interesting split. Yeah, I can see SF doing well into SC. SF has a lot of tools to rush at SC, and then
Mm.
also the two
Oh yeah,
damage
and
because you
with
can
the
choose the order right of the
spearhead.
two damage. Sorry, go on.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. You can. Yeah, ebb and flow would work. You can spearhead.
Spearhead, true. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. No, SF is a deck which I love, even though I don't play it. Like it needs like a slight love, and then it'll just be amazing. But you know, the thing is, like, I can definitely see why they made it so weak, just because it definitely has the potential to be disgustingly imbalanced. Like just a tiny
Yeah.
change can make it like the top of S tier. Um, yeah, I agree with the non-depart for summoners. I think that'd be a good idea for uh, to help, for example, Tundra Orcs and other melee melee
Yeah.
heavy focus factions. Um, yeah, BR makes sense against SC. Probably has a good matchup, just because the range and
Yeah.
also the
Yeah.
pushes. Yeah, OL did have some bad rolls, but still was well played by TTB. Sorry.
Yeah, I will say if you've got a strong range game, you've probably got a decent chance against SC. I did have two things. One, I'm with you with it. I like to, make fun of the Fae because, they're kind of the person to make fun of. They do seem like a deck I would enjoy if they weren't so weak.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I also agree. Like, I wasn't there for it, but Beast Slumbers did talk at length about how during testing, the they were just so oppressive. Like you could just have an opening hand where you suddenly have all your gates and all your units on the opponent's board. And he blocked off their summoning points, and the opponent like flat couldn't do anything.
Mm.
I understand they ended up where they were because of a great deal of caution, and I kind of agree with the thought process. Like a weak deck only hurts the person playing the weak deck, whereas an overpowered deck hurts everybody else who plays against it.
Mm.
So, in terms of like damage reduction, like have erring on the side of slightly undertuned than overtuned is probably a better way to shoot for it. So I don't fault where Faye ended up. I think having Faye in the game unerrated is better than having like Grox in the game unerrated kind of deal.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
I agree. Because they still
I
are
was, I
a
was,
blast to play, and they're arguably the hardest faction to actually play optimally, just in terms of like there's so much decision you have to do in one turn for Faye. Um,
well, and Balance Purists really underplay this element, but playing an underdog faction is rewarding. Like, there's a lot
mm,
of players out there who just want to go, oh, this is the weakest deck. Yeah, I'll play it. And I might not win as much, but each win's going to
feel
feel
good,
like
yeah.
twice as good. So,
And when you lose, you're
having
like,
like,
oh yeah, sorry.
and yeah, when you lose, you're like, well, I'm playing the Fae, of course.
Exactly.
So I think there is advantage to that. Like I know, like hypothetically, yes, we want everybody balanced, but there are some benefits to it. Um, what was the second thing I was going to talk about? Spectral
Spectral
Conclave.
Conclave. Mm.
Oh, Spectral Conclave. Ooh, eh. um, yeah. What can I say without breaking NDA? Oh, Plaid Hat's not going to be listening to this, whatever. Having heavily tested Spectral Conclave, the reason I hate it is due to the testing experience.
Mm.
I don't know what you do to change them. Do I think they're overpowered? Yes. But kind of like I also think Drake's overpowered. Time will tell. I honestly do not know what you do to change them. Making it so that the part doesn't work on summoners is going to have a lot of knock-on effects that I don't think people realize. And I say that having experienced something very similar to what people are proposing. And part of the issue is that it is just going to hyperpolarize the deck. So you're going to have like the Storm Goblin issue where where you're playing a deck with a summoner who can get up in the face. They are just going to blow up all your
Mm-hmm.
ghosts, and then you're not going to have the boost in order to fight them off because they do have the cave goblin weakness where everything hits really weak. Like they are just
Mm.
throwing two dice at you. So if you're like, I guess the go-to example easily would be Tundra Orcs. Tundra Orcs are just really going to start smashing face.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side, because they can't, like, what do you do?
Yeah, I was thinking even Forge would just be probably just super countering. Like Forge would just be broken as hell against like it'd be probably like a similar to
I think Forge right now are pretty good against them.
them.
So
Yeah, true. Yeah, it'd probably even be better. Yeah, that's a good point. I think Spectral Conclave, at least now, currently, they're similar to. I think a lot more people, maybe because the other release of the time was Al Vikid which got a bad rep very early on for I'm not sure what reason. I think because they were a deck where you had to
right.
discard heavily. Maybe it's like people didn't realize you have to discard heavy, and they're like, why can't I summon anything? Um, but I think Spectral Conclave, in the grand scheme of things, will be a more specialist deck, just because they are a little bit of a harder deck to pilot. Like a lot of decision stuff. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Foxes are just really good. I think that's the main. Foxes are just.
Foxes are very good. Yes.
Do you think foxes are better than
No
seekers?
argument here.
Seekers or foxes?
Um,
Foxes, I think, are slightly. No, seekers are really good. I don't know. It's hard to say. Fence is just
yeah,
gross. Cool.
I don't know how you can evaluate that because they're both really strong due to the deck they're in. If you take
True.
either of them out and try to evaluate them like in a deck building scenario, I think they both stop being top tier
Good.
cards. Because Seekers, if you can't bounce, do become just a 1/3
Mm.
after the first turn, in which case they're really not that big of a terror. And Foxes, like without Faerun, can just be departed. Like, you just walk
Very true.
the dog. Like, you never
Yeah,
have to
that
do it
was.
4 times. You just like bounce them away. So it is hard to say. Foxes weren't so Foxes launched because they weren't the worst ghost that was tested. And I think that's the only thing I can say. Maybe I'll just message you later. But like there were other versions of things that were worse. I don't think the Foxes themselves. I'm a firm believer that decks can have. I call them like star players. So they can have cards that are quote unquote over the curve or that really like perform better than your average. So long as like other cards aren't as good. So for example, like Drake's Son has the Dragoons who I think Loki, one of the things that makes Drake's Son really strong is they do have access to 3 strength melee at a 0 cost price point.
Yep.
Same thing with Foxes. Like they are very strong because they do self protect and they can be a real nuisance. But on the flip side, they have Hawks.
True. Yeah,
I don't
Hawks
think
are
anybody's going
nuts.
to argue with me that Hawks are kind of in terms of ghosts.
Yep.
Lesser Repel is very situational. Lesser Repel will win you games, but they are situational. And one of the things I was arguing during testing was this is fine. We don't need to buff them. Remember, I am the no fun police. Is that they don't have to shine in every game. They just need to shine in enough games to be worthwhile in this conversation or even be worth printing in the deck. So. But yeah, no, touching on what you mentioned, I was pushing for Isle Veccan nerfs right until they launched.
I see.
So, yes, I also think Isle Veccan is very strong.
I agree.
And I don't even play them at Nestle level. Like, then watching Nestle do it and just be like, I tested this deck and you're doing things I did not know you could do with this deck. I'm pretty sure that's illegal, but you're doing it in the app, and the app won't let you do it if you're not allowed to.
Yep.
So,
if it was over the board, you'd be like, "What? What is this?"
Yeah, if Isle Vecca do end up being overpowered, that will be a great "I told you so" moment for me.
I definitely think
So
they're
I'm
S
not
tier.
surprised.
I definitely think they're S tier. Like I do think that they are. I put them over Drake's on Rebellion currently, but it could be that I'm wrong.
Yeah, I did put them in A, but that's because I do think, as you mentioned or classified them, they're very much a specialist deck. If you are Nestle, you are going to perform with them like Vexer Shadow Elves. But if you're me, you're just going to kind of flop around a bit and be like, oh, no. This makes me, I make them look balanced kind of deal. But yeah. I thought they should have had a few little tweaks against them near the end. So yeah, well, on the one hand, I hope I'm wrong. I'm always hopeful that my judgment of decks before they launch are wrong. But on the other hand, it is gratifying to be right when you're in the trenches making you're advocating for certain changes. But yeah, no, I think they're a very good deck. I think if we had a tournament when they released, there would be a different story around them. I found it very interesting when they released, and I don't want to blame people, but he's not around anymore anyway. Water D was just kind of like the garbage, so then I think everyone's like, okay, they're garbage, and we moved on. It's just like,
yeah, I think also because people. I feel like it's definitely a deck, for example, Chibata would play or Ben 10 would play because they are very discard heavy people in general. Like, they're very tempo players, and they'd probably be like, holy shit, this deck is ridiculous. I think still the funniest thing, which Ben would do, is he would discard heavy with cloaks, not realizing that cloaks, like one of the strengths of cloaks is all their commons are dirt cheap. So, like, especially once you get rid of Admiral or you play Dagger, like, you really don't need that much magic for the rest of the deck. Like, everything's like, 0 or 1 cost beside Machinists. It's just, like, you don't need a. And so Ben 10 would end up with, like, playing all his commons and still have, like, 10 magic,
I miss Ben 10 streams so much.
I agree.
For that exact reason, like you're just watching them, and it's great because I admire Ben 10's ability to like do streaming. He should be in broadcasting or some sort of thing
100%.
like that because the way he just like is able to play and talk at the same time is remarkable, and I loved it. My favorite Ben 10 moment is still I think there's a clip of it floating around, the how to play Out of Shadows.
Mhm. Oh yeah. I remember that. That's a funny one.
I saw it live. I was gutting
Just time.
myself. Um, bless Ben 10. Come back, Ben 10. I
100%.
know this probably wasn't good for your mental health, but I was entertained. I don't know why he quit. I don't want to start at rumors or anything. I just assumed he got busy. Um,
Not sure. I think
yeah, no.
yeah. I think he, from what I know, uh, he's doing okay. It's just IRL stuff. But I also know even before that, I think he was having a hard time with the tournament scene. But I think he came to a good conclusion. Like I think he came to a healthy conclusion, was just like, hey, I don't need to actually do every single tournament in the game. I think he.
Yeah, like I felt when he picked up streaming, he was just kind of like, I don't need to win everything. I don't need to play every tournament. I can just do this and have fun, sort of thing. So like one of the things I really did admire was his outlook, and like I have zero insight why he quit. I legitimately just assumed he got busy. And I can only imagine, like you do streaming, I'm sure it takes up a lot of time. So
Yeah,
I
it takes
just
time. But
figured
so
you bounce do that.
no, 100%. I think definitely taking the game less seriously helps. I don't, to be honest, I don't think you can
Yeah.
be a top player and stream at the same time. I think those two things are not interchangeable. Just because they're very different mindsets, I think.
I think you're right because when I think of streamers for other games, yes, a lot of them were competitive players or they're top tier players, but yeah, when they start streaming, it does the streaming itself becomes more the focus and they do compete less. So
Yeah, I
I
mean,
agree.
maybe if I had like, I think if you're like a full-time professional, then maybe it's a little bit different. But like, you can't
Mm,
work, stream, and be a top player. I think at the same time. I think those three things are just way too much. Like,
yeah.
I think there was a point, and I'm curious what you think, Astro, and also Beast, and of course anyone else in chat. There was a certain point, I think, in my Summoners War career, I think a year ago, where I was in Div 1, I got final group of Plat Hat, and what else? A couple other things. I got pretty far in tournament, and I was like, I could get better at this game, but at the same time, I'm not sure if it's worth the effort. In terms of like, like I'm not sure if the me having fun to getting better at this game ratio is worth it. Because I think Ben ran
Mm,
into like a similar wall, and I saw that with Ben, and I've seen that, even to a certain extent with people who make. I know you had that thing when you made the Plat Hat with the Plat Hat finals with Vexer. Vexer's had that also. I know Davude's had that. Like a lot of people, besides Orange Lazarus, which I commend him, and Massimo, like the old timers. Like it is taxing to try to be at a high level for too long, to be honest. Like that mindset is hard.
that is why I got into testing because I thought, I had to take a break, and I thought testing would be a good place because it would be low stress. How wrong I was, and like it could be more relaxing. But I got out of testing because it was stressing me out. So bad life choices. But yeah, 100% agree. I know one of the things was one of my weaknesses is I'm not as competitive as other players, which is why I want to like climb the ladder and like put in more time and everything. On the one hand, I suppose if I'm being realistic, it is remarkable I had as much success with as little experience as I did. But on the other hand, I know why I wasn't like on Vexer's level because I just wasn't putting in the games and the practice that these other people were. So I am with you. I don't think I could maintain that level. I like to imagine or like think,
Mm.
oh, it would be great to make another finals. But on the other hand, there is no way I'm going to be putting that much effort into it. So
Unless we get
I
paid
would like
the
to
money.
get into the
Oh, sorry.
streaming. Oh,
No,
sorry.
I said unless we get paid the big bucks. Tournaments start becoming,
Oh,
like $100 gift
yeah.
cards rather than $90. I'm kidding. But
Colby, if you want to like give me some, paycheck here, I will devote myself to some awards. Well, and a side note, even with playtesting, it was just kind of like the compensation we get for the amount of effort I'm putting into this is really lopsided. So I said to some of the other playtesters when they were kind of struggling with it, because playtesting, now that you mentioned it, I'm thinking about it, have a lot of crossover with competitive play. You do have to have a specific mindset to last in playtesting. And one of the reasons I kind of bounced was I don't think I do.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
I did put in way more effort on certain things, and I did just flat get burnt out. Like Drake's Son is a deck I put a lot of time into. And I did a lot of time on the ones prior to it as well. It was not sustainable. So I kind of had had to bounce.
Mm.
But there are some people who are capable of just sitting there and grinding out and doing the playtesting thing, and all the props to them. But anybody thinking about playtesting, there is the danger of overcommitting. So if you are looking at doing it, and it's a good experience. It gives you a new perspective on things. Definitely check it out if you're interested. But do be aware that, kind of like with competitive play, you can fall into a vortex that might not be the best thing for you.
Mm.
Jumping on competitive play real quick, that was one reason I never joined Massimo's League. Props to the league. Press
Mm.
with the work Massimo does. Um, I have nothing but good words for everything he accomplishes, but I just knew the league would kill me in terms of like having to prep and like practice matches and strive to get to Div 1. So like you getting to Div 1 is something I wouldn't be able to do. I would 100% burn out before I got there. Like it
Mm.
is an accomplishment that I've just kind of like wrote off as like that is not something I can chase after.
No, it just requires persistence, I think. Like, there's times which I was like a game away, and then Aaron play against Aaron, go 1-1, and he gets it, I don't get it. It's just like sometimes you just
Right?
you just have to you have to
And
take
then,
it.
so one of my problems is like I very much do self blame. So if I were in that, it was just like, oh, I just need to like 2-0 Aaron in order to go on, which 2-0 Aaron is a feat in of
It's a feat in
itself. But
itself,
if I
yeah.
didn't, I'd just be like, why didn't I practice more? Why didn't I match this up? Why
Yeah.
didn't I put more time? And like it would just be a spiral. So I'm just like, league is not for me. League is
No, I can see. Yeah, I think
props to you guys.
I think Ben had a similar thing. I think as what you're saying, and to be honest, that's why I left after giving Div 1. I was like, this is like, especially 14-day games are just way too much decision paralysis for me to deal with
Mm.
like constantly, especially when work gets tough. Um,
Yeah.
I think so. What
Yeah.
does Takulu say? Yeah, that's why you just watch top players right now. I understand. Watching players is so fun because you get to just enjoy their bad luck versus having to feel it yourself.
Honestly, when Ben was dipping out of the streaming, I was just kind of like, maybe I should start a stream where I watch replays because it's something I love to do. And then you did. I was like, shit.
No,
So
no,
I'm
you
like,
should, Astro, you should definitely do it. Like I do it more out of whenever I have time. But if you took, like, I like watching Ben streams as much as I like streaming. So if there's Astro streams, I'd probably just stream less, and then you can stream as much as you want to.
but I
Like,
don't want you to stream less. I love you to stream.
I mean, we could figure it out. Like, it's similar to Jessica also. I don't think he
So
streams much. Go on.
yeah, one of the hardest things for me to get into streaming is my schedule is very erratic. Like probably every 4 to 5 weeks, I am just going to be gone for a couple of weeks for business travel and everything. So like, I know streaming, ideally, you want to be able to have that persistent schedule, and I would just be like, I can stream now,
I
kind
mean,
of
I
deal.
think that's why I kind of do the stream just now, whenever I feel like it. And I think that's why, to be honest, more streamers would be good. And I don't want to be, I mean, I think Ben is the best example. Like, of course, I'd love to have Ben's commitment to Summoner Wars and, stream every day, starting at noon, like for a couple of hours. But
Yeah.
like, I love Summoner Wars, to be honest. I can't do that commitment unless, like, like you said, I'm getting like a ton of money for it. Uh, and I can replace my work with it.
Bankroll is flat at.
Exactly, bankroll's plat hat. But no, I think, look, Jexic and me, I think, do the similar to what you're saying, where it's not consistent at all. It's whenever we feel like streaming, we stream, and I think it's very fun to just do that. And also, don't worry about consistent streams. I think is also important for to enjoy streaming, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, Splish, I probably will not be at BGG Spring. I have around that time I have some work stuff going on, so I can't. But eventually. I do want to make a. I do want to at some point meet everyone in real life at a. What's the one in Chicago? Which Bean and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. That one I'd love to
All
go
right.
to one year.
I'll do a public call out because it wasn't until I moved that I realized there was actually some players in the Discord who were in. I was living in San Francisco. Let's just say it was outside San Francisco, but I didn't even think to be like do a public meetup or anything. It wasn't until I actually moved afterwards that Fuzzy was talking about. Oh yeah, and then X, Y, and Z are all in the Bay Area. It's like, oh damn, we could have hung out. So if anybody's in the oh god, where am I? Upper New York State region. I mean, nobody's watching stream. If anybody's in the Buffalo area or like nearby, we should try to make something happen.
Actually, Astro, maybe next year. I'm probably moving back to New York in the spring, summer. That's one of the reasons I can't make to BGG. So maybe next year we could do something. We can plan something out with us two and some community members.
Yes,
that'd be
let's
fun.
do it. Let's hunt down all these people in New York, and we will get something happening. Also, I'm sorry, the weather here is cold.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I grew up in Connecticut, so I know. I mean, it's not as cold as upstate New York, of course, but it's definitely not as sunny as Texas is.
Yeah, so it's in California.
So exactly,
San
San Francisco.
Canada. I don't know if you can clock the accent. I'm originally from Canada, so just like Buffalo. So I just came back from visiting family over the last week, and quite literally, it was it's in Celsius. God, I don't know the conversion. It was colder where I was than when I got into Buffalo. It's just like we're all in the same latitude. How is this working? But yeah, no, I am used to the cold. My partner hates the cold, so we'll see how long this works. But yeah.
Oh, cool, Splish. Yeah, sorry, sorry, Astro.
Oh no, go ahead.
Splish says that him and Lil Nips Fatal are in DFW. Yeah, I'm currently in that area also. I know that Prophet's also in Austin or Houston right now. So there's actually a surprising amount of people in Texas currently. We should definitely, maybe before I leave, I'll try to organize something with people in Texas to meet up, play some games.
I sometimes make it down to Austin.
Oh, cool. Austin's a fun place.
I don't know how that would work out because I'm out of business at that point in time. But like, hey.
Yeah, that could be.
We have to see an Astro in real life.
No, it could be a lot of fun. Sherez live, yep, a live stream.
Yes, we gotta make that
happen. At some point
next year, if you're in New York, we'll do. Like, you can set over the table. People can see our hands.
That'll be funny. That could be fun.
Immersive streaming.
That could be fun. Yeah, cool, Astro. Definitely, I think you should stream. I think, to be honest, I think there's an argument for. I'm currently on Twitch, but like Aaron said, there is an argument for streaming on YouTube just because I think it is a lot easier. It's a lot less effort, let's say it that way, because you don't need to transfer anything.
Okay.
Or both.
I just have no idea how it works. I'm just like, I tried recording a video. I made it with allies. I want to still get it aired, but it's just like I have to go in and edit it, and I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah, no, I think editing, I can't help you much. Ben was much better at that. Ben was actually, you might be able, I'm not sure if Ben still uses the same Discord, but Ben was when I started streaming, Ben did reach out to me. He's like, hey, if you need any help with any of the stuff I did, I'm happy to help you, which was very nice. The thing is, like, I didn't do any of that stuff, but because Ben used to have, like, he was so good. He would have, like, the marker and stuff, he'd draw, like, what he was going to do. Yeah. He was so cool.
I love Ben. If anybody hasn't watched them, go watch a VOD or one of his old videos. They're great.
Yeah, agreed. Nice.
Maybe I'll try to rope allies into it. I know allies is a little, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to anyway. I'm an open book. Allies is a little burnt out on playtesting, so I know he wants to take a break. So maybe I'll like lash him into doing streaming instead. Be like, forget playtesting. Let's just like shoot the breeze or whatever people say.
That'd be a great podcast / like a stream together. I'd love to see an Astro plus ally stream. That'd be sick.
I wanted to do a podcast with him, but he said no. Just like, no. Like, So I'll see if I can't get him into. So one of the things that I really wanted to sign up for the league for, I know I just ramble as well. Fuzzy joined, and she kept singing the praises because she's like, "Oh, I met Vexer and Shampoo. We became fast friends. I got a scrim partner. Blah 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 blah." It's like, "Oh, that'll be great." So I signed up.
Mm.
Like everybody I talked to was just like they were nice. I don't want to like besmirch their name or anything, but like I had a completely different experience with her. It's just like I just kind of wanted a scrim partner. Is the reason I joined, and I couldn't get any.
Mm.
So if anybody's looking for a game, message me. I will pretty much play anything. I might be slow. I can't do live games consistently well, but like if you want somebody to just like do something, send me a message.
100%. I think that's one great thing about this community is I think most people, unless like you said, they're busy. Like sometimes people are. I think a lot of people are open to games. Yeah, I think like that's what I did with you. I was just like that's how we became friends was me asking you for Swamp Works advice, and then we started playing games. You gave me a
Yeah.
spanking, and then now we're even better friends.
So people, because you're the person I go to. People keep saying like Phil have a good matchup in Swamp Orcs. I'm just like maybe Shiraz is just like a Swamp Orc savant because like I played against him. You demolished me. It's just like it feels like there's nothing I can do.
Oh yeah, when we did the league practice, yeah,
Yeah,
that was
you want
fun.
to do some league practice. It's just like, oh, this is a terrible matchup. Now, I'm pretty sure that the stats still support me, so people who disagree with me, you're wrong. But yeah,
Mm.
no, people are like, no, what are you talking about? So I'll send them your way. I'm like, go face Shiraz.
that was back at my when I was trying to win Div 1, and then Prophet gave me a spanking. So it was a. Though I think I would have won that game if he didn't. Anyways, that's beside the point. This when dice becomes a thing. I don't even think
Right?
about it.
And I blame Joe. Yeah, I'm
I
just
blame
like,
Joe,
I would have
exactly.
won if it weren't for Joe. Damn you, Joe.
Yeah, Splish. We can definitely figure something out. I think that'd be fun. But anyways,
Or
Astro.
Split moved to upstate New York. Huh?
True.
Huh? Huh?
Very true. But thank you so
You
much,
don't know what
Astro.
you're missing. Yes, thank you for having me. It was great.
That was a lot of fun. I am very hungry now, so I got to go. But
I haven't eaten either.
that
All
was
right,
a fun
let's go
stream.
get food.
But yeah, I'll chat with you later. We'll definitely do more streams together. And yeah, I highly recommend download OBS and just start streaming. It's a lot of fun. And like I said, you don't worry about being regular. I think it's people just enjoy that there's Summoner War streams, whoever it is, and whenever it happens. Um, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. It was a blast.
Yep. We went 1-1. At the end of this, I do think that it is slightly, if not, I do think Drake's on Rebellion has a slight advantage. slight.
I think so too.
Like,
But
yeah.
it is me, so you always have a chance to beat me. So
No. I think because if I didn't hit the Skiz dice, probably would have lost that game. So I think
that yeah, that's bad positioning on my part. I Wooly was just like, oh, it's just skids.
what can Skiz do? Yep.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. But yeah, thank you, Astro.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll talk to you later. Enjoy your dinner.
Will do. You too.
Bye bye. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, I'll chat with you guys. I'll probably stream again. I'm busy for the rest of the week, but maybe Friday or definitely Saturday or Sunday. Well, I'll definitely be streaming either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or multiple days. But yeah, see you guys later. Thanks for coming by.